low, but the grind stay woke. Ghetto cafe, steam in the breeze, cruising through dreams with a mug and some peace. No drama, just cream, we deliver with ease. On the coast where the light never leaves. Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow. Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow. No drama, just cream, we deliver with ease. On the coast where the light never leaves. Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow. Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow. Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow. Ghetto cafe in the building, steam rising from the stove. We switching lanes, they don't want it, they just pose for the smoke. If it's about that coffee, we got the roast and the toast. Shots fired from the French press, let it drip slow and boast. Mornings on the west, sun low, but the grind stay woke. Ghetto cafe, steam in the breeze, cruising through dreams with a mug and some peace. No drama, just cream, we deliver with ease. On the coast where the light never leaves. Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow. Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow. No drama, just cream, we deliver with ease. On the coast where the light never leaves. Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow. Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow. Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow. Ghetto cafe in the building, steam rising.
What's good, my good people? What's happening? What is going down in the world? This is the AM Wake Up Show. Coffee with Rios, the #1 morning show in the whole wide world, Craig. Hopefully everything is going good. I'm trying to switch between cameras to see which one is working. So just bear with me. I'll see. I think this one is looking better. We might go with this one. But the Logitech, I'm trying to figure out. I've been doing a little technical stuff though, but shout out to the Ghetto Cafe. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Every day y'all up in here is a blessing to me, man. So thank you for everything that you guys do. I appreciate you guys. Okay, there it goes. It's better like that. There we go. Okay. So we got this camera and we got this camera. But I think this one is looking a little bit better. I don't know. But whatever you guys decide, let me know. Give me some constructive criticism. But shout out to everybody, man. We missed yesterday. I had a dentist appointment early in the morning, but we back on Tuesday. We missed Monday, but we back on Tuesday to celebrate a new week that God has given us to do something great in this world, to be a blessing for somebody else in this world. Shout out to all of y'all, man. Just to appreciate the morning that we wake up, that God has given us another day. We put our feet on the ground. It's a blessing. God's given us an opportunity to do something great in somebody else's life. Like the great LS used to say, rest in peace to our girl LS. Another great day to have a great day. So shout out to y'all, man. The Ghetto Cafe is where it's at. The coolest, coldest, chillest chat in the whole wide world. Appreciate y'all, man. So both of the cameras is not good? Damn. I don't know, man. I thought it was kind of cool. I thought this one is cool. It's like a different lighting on the cameras. But shout out to y'all, man. But that's what we got going on. Hopefully everybody's got their coffee. Everybody's got their tea. I went to the McCafe. I had to get a McDonald's coffee this morning. I just was like, my Keurig coffee is just not hitting. Ain't nothing like some McDonald's coffee. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all, man. That's my only addiction to Mickey D's is the coffee. So bomb. But hopefully everybody has their coffee, their tea, their power drink, their juice, their smoothie, whatever it is that you got going in the morning, whatever your ritual tradition for the morning is, hopefully you got it going. I appreciate all y'all. Love to everybody, man. It's Ghetto Cafe, and this is Coffee with Rios, the AM Wake Up Show. What's going on with everybody, man? La Russell. I mess with La Russell, the dude from up north, the rapper. Yeah. I mess with La Russell, man, for sure. So I don't know how the cameras look. I was trying to get the lighting right. It might be like super bright. I don't know. You guys got to tell me. Between this one and this one. This is my regular camera that I go to, which is more realistic. I think this one I had to do too much fixing of lighting or whatnot. I just do black coffee. Black coffee from McDonald's. That's it. Just black coffee. Hey, man, the Karate Crips was so funny yesterday. I just turned that shit on and did not expect to see what I saw. Like, I didn't expect to see these fools in karate gis talking about Pun and AD on Community. They were in karate outfits in reply or in to Brandon asking Pun to meet him at the dojo. He wanted to wrestle at the dojo or whatnot. So that shit was funny, man. That's like 600 pounds of karate gi in a karate gi in the dojo. The camera shaking. Them niggas is doing all they stuff. All you can see is the camera just moving and shaking about like, man, y'all about to cause a damn earthquake. The second cam is brighter than the first cam. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I was trying to adjust the brightness on it. Let me see if I could do this. There we go. It's not as bright. Fix the saturation on there. Maybe that looks a little bit better. We'll see. We just got to deal with it, man. Let's go back to the regular cam. I want to see how it looks on YouTube. Let me see how it looks. Because I did switch between the two. So now let me see how it looks. Let's see. Let's see what we working with. Let's see what we working with. Does it look clear though? Is the camera clear? Is the camera at least clear? Let's get a little check-in real quick. A little check-in with the cafe. If Dogface is in here, I know you got me. Beach Boy 909. It must be nice living in fantasy world, man. You in Delulu land. This was delusional. Yeah, he wants some attention. He gonna get some attention. I'm gonna block him in a minute. But I'm cool right now. I'm cool right now. So let me see. And then I'm gonna switch to this other one and see what it looks like I want to see what it looks like on YouTube, y'all. Looks crisp. Biggs 909. So I switched to the other one. Tell me about the other one. So the Logitech one looks crisp, and then I went to this one, which is like a different kind of lighting, a different kind of look. Okay. All right. Let's go. I'm gonna just go with this one because I'm gonna go with the other one because I could get it wider, and that's what I'm gonna be doing for my lives when I have the girls over here. And when we get the syndicate back, we're gonna do a live episode. Okay, good health to everybody, man. Yep, still on my health journey, still doing my thing. Kind of got to get my eating back together, get my eating back right, but still working out, still being active. How's everybody else doing on their workout journey? I know Tafashe is on it. I know a few other people have been taking care of business with their health stuff. Oh, let me see. Dang it. Messed up. There we go. There we go. All right, so we good. I think we figured it out. We in here. I went back to my old banner, got the AM Wake Up Show up here. We're going back to doing what we do. We're going back to our reaction screens. Got it back up, got my stuff back cracking, y'all. We back in here. Let me know if the audio gets messed up when I switch to a different reaction screen. And I got my full reaction. Got this, and back here. But let me know if the audio messes up when I get into like a reaction screen, if the audio is not coming through clear or something like that. Let me know. Let me move this chat box over here. There we go. All right, we good to go. I switched up my whole thing, y'all. I switched up my whole situation, my whole computer, my monster computer desk. Switched the whole thing up. Oh, man. So I got my TV, monitor, three monitors, one for, I can't even explain it. Got the Rollcast, got the Stream Deck. We good for action now. We good to do whatever we need to do. Ain't no question about it. We good to go. But the message today, man, is not something that we're not aware of, right? Like when you have purpose, power comes with purpose. If God gives you a blessing, God gives you some kind of gift, some blessing, something that you're good at, that comes with purpose. Power comes with purpose, and you're supposed to use it carefully and use it the right way. We're not trying to be out here being bullies, taking advantage of people, manipulating people. We're supposed to be using these gifts to do good things. Gifts are for service, not for abuse. We could be like, you can use an example of a man or a woman, an attractive man or a woman that uses those beauties, those things that God has given them to take advantage of men or women and to use those to their advantage to take advantage of other people. Let's use the gifts that we get from God for good things. Let's help people. Let's move people in the direction towards God to be a good person, to help people. It's always an opportunity to help somebody every day. If you keep your eyes open, you keep your eyes peeled to somebody in trouble, somebody in need of help, use what God gives you to help that person. It might be financial. It might be just a word. It might be anything outside of what you think is the norm. It could be just taking some time to ask somebody how they doing, checking on the kids. Do you need any help with this? Do you need me to help water your grass? I got some people across the street that have disabilities, and I have to check in with them all the time and say, hey, is there anything that you need? They may not feel comfortable coming to you and saying something because they don't want to be a burden or a nuisance to you. But you have to let them know, like, no, nothing that you asking me is a burden. I'm here to help. You can't do anything. You can't say anything that's going to make me feel like, oh, man, what the heck? No, I'm here to help you. But some people aren't ready to ask for help. So pay attention to those people who haven't made it to the place where they're comfortable enough to ask for help. It's a lot of people like that. We got a lot of brothers, a lot of sisters, a lot of homies that we hang around that's too, I don't want to say too proud to ask for help, but they're not in a comfortable situation. They're not comfortable enough to be like, hey, man, can I get some help here or there? I'm not talking about money. Not just money. Have you ever been through this? Can I talk to you about this? Those are things that we have to be aware. If somebody's acting funny, somebody's acting a little closed off, a little standoffish, what's going on? What's happening with you? Because we live in a world today where people feel like they are all on their own. They're all by themselves. And that's why unaliving yourself is at a high rate right now. People are taking themselves out at a high rate because they think that this is the end or it's not going to get any better when they don't even know that this is just a phase. This shit could have changed tomorrow. Anything and everything can change tomorrow, the next day. This doesn't last forever. And we have to talk to people like that, man. Zan, be respectful when you talk to your mom. Change your tone. Dogface, the baby's about to be here today. Oh, shoot. Shout out to Dogface, man. Baby's about to be here today. Congratulations. The baby's going to be here today in a few hours. Oh, that's dope. So happy for you. So proud of you, brother. Keep it up. You're going to be a great dad, amazing dad. You just have some amazing things that are about to come your way. So many gifts and blessings are coming your way through God. God has gifted you with a child, one of the most precious things in the world. Oh, man. I'm so proud and so happy for you because I know what's to come. I know what's to come. I know what babies bring. And I know we all think we're men. We all think like, I'm a man. I'm this, I'm that. But you haven't really experienced the peak level of what life is about until you are a father as a man. Until you are a father, you really don't realize what love is in that way, that unconditional love, that unconditional care. Hold on, baby. Let me give him a hug real quick. Hold on, y'all. I'm about to give Xander a hug. My bad. Had to give Xander a hug real quick. Tell him have a good day. Shout out to Ohio Ty. Shout out to Nick for the thumbnail and the intros, all that stuff. Shout out to Havoc for the intros as well. Ricky, I'm not lying though. I'm not lying. It's tough. It's tough. Yes. But it gets better, but you have to answer the call. God wouldn't put something on your plate that you can't handle. It is tough, but you have to prepare yourself knowing that this is going to be a tough situation. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be a walk in the park, but you start learning what the essence of being a man is. You start learning like, okay, I'm on call 24/7 at all times, at every moment. I have to be ready to answer the call. I have to be ready to act. I have to be ready for action, to protect, to provide. Your sleep will never be the same. That's the one thing that I'll tell you. Your sleep will never, ever be the same. You probably never, ever really sleep again. I'm not trying to scare you on that point, but your sleep will never be the same. Your sleep will never be the same because now if you're all the way out, your child is vulnerable or this and that. You always are listening. You don't sleep very heavy no more. You always on protector mode. They say moms turn into mama bears, but fathers also turn into something. We turn into like these crazy protector type people. Be sleep deprived, yep, but make sure you go to bed early. Make sure you take your naps. Dogface, you got this, man. You got this. It's a beautiful thing, but make sure you go into it prepared. Be prepared for what's to come. Make sure you're eating right. Make sure your girl is eating correctly. Certain things that you can do to ease the situation. Waking up, listening to see if they breathe in and this and that. Like you do all kinds of paranoid, crazy stuff, but put it in God's hands. Everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be good. But that's the one thing I will say that nobody tells you is that you will never, ever sleep the same. Your sleep will never be the same. Even when you go out of town, even when you over here, even when you're over there, if you're not at home, your sleep still ain't the same. Man, Biggs 909, you ain't never lied, especially when they sick. Oh, Lord. Goodness gracious. When your baby is asleep and they can't do nothing about it and they breathing funny, their nose is mucusy, and you just paying attention to every breath that they take, which is a good thing. You should do that. But God got us. We're going to be good, but every little hiccup, every little cough, every little sneeze, the first of everything. You alive now. Now you alive, dog face. What up, Octavio? What's going down? I see you up in here, man. We up in here in the morning, man, talking about not abusing the power that God gives us. Who is what? Every single one of us has a gift that is a blessing from God. What are we good at? That's your purpose, right? Power with purpose. Figure out what you're good at. What is it that people always say that you're good at this or you're talented at this? How did you learn this? How did you get so good at this? We all have something that we're good at, but use that shit for the right reasons. Use it in the right direction. Don't abuse it. What up, John D? What up, Rotten Roll? What up, Sierra? Sierra, you could get him out the pain if you want to, but what he's doing is more saying about how he is doing. He's sad right now. His life is sad. It's early in the morning, and he's on Joker stuff. Like, let him be on some Joker stuff. It just says more about him than it does us. Like, if you can wake up and that's what's on your mind to act and behave that way in that manner, something's wrong. Like, maybe don't kick you because something's really wrong with that person for them to act that way. You know what I mean? Like, so I give him grace. I give him mercy. It's just a sad situation when somebody acts like that and they have to act that way. But give him grace. Give him mercy. You know what I mean? Like, it's all good. It's just, dude, it's not that you can't crack jokes, but when it's like disgusting and when it's like that, like nobody wants to see and read. No one's thinking about no nasty stuff like that. Like, keep it, you can bag and joke, but keep it clean. Ain't nobody trying to be thinking about some of the shit you're talking about right now. Sierra, I'm going to flip a coin. You going to flip a coin, heads, he's out. The coin got heads on both sides. Oh, shoot. Yeah, but be careful what you're saying because everybody don't want to see no nasty shit. Be cool, man. Be cool. We're trying to be cool in here. But what I was saying, why I say like always pay attention and use your gifts for in a good way and pay attention to anybody out there that's in need of help is I have a video that is a good example that these grandmas are in a parking lot and they see some activity of some kids being abused by somebody and being thrown in the car, but they saved the kids because they were on the lookout, they were paying attention, and they took it upon themselves to do more than just sit back and say, oh, it'll be all right. It's okay. Ain't nothing wrong. No, go check on the situation. So these grandmas, shout out to them, man, because they really did their thing.
Bathroom, we don't think so because of all the bruises, the neck swelling on both of those babies.
Shirley Anderson says she was driving in the area of Ketchum Road and Airways Boulevard when she heard a group of women yelling for help.
She was pulling two babies out of this young man's arms. She managed to get the babies out of his arm, pass them back to the grannies. We locked the babies in this washer right here.
According to court documents, a woman nearby noticed Pullum dragging two screaming children into a vehicle. The toddlers were reportedly bleeding from the head and covered in bruises. When the woman confronted the man, he ran to a nearby apartment complex. Anderson says they took the toddlers into this laundromat for safety and chased after the suspect.
We apprehended him down the street in the apartment to the police.
They apprehended him, some grandmas. It was grandmas. Beautiful black women. Thank you, queens, for saving those babies. But that's what I'm talking about. Be a blessing for somebody else. Be a blessing for somebody else. If grandmas can do that, you know what I mean? Like, grandmas is always on protect their baby mode. But this is what I mean. Keep your eyes peeled and paying attention.
Came and little street justice.
Pullin was arrested at the apartment complex. According to police, this incident stemmed from a domestic dispute in the 3600 block of Mendenhall Road. Pullin allegedly had driven off with the children in a car. His relationship to the children has not been revealed, but both of the toddlers were taken to the hospital in critical condition.
Usually people keep on going. This lot right here was full of grandmamas yesterday. You hear me? Grandmothers They
Ooh-wee,
showed
God
up
bless her,
and they
man.
showed out. We had a few kings that did what they supposed to do. They apprehended him and held him down and a little street justice until the police came. So as a community, I'm proud of Memphis right now.
Let's go.
Reporting for
Shout
your
out to
news leader,
Memphis.
Kwamitra
Shout out to
Walborn,
his grandma, man.
WRAG News Channel 3.
And that's what I'm talking about. That's what it's really about, is being of help to somebody else out there, man. Being available to other people, seeing that somebody's in need of help, and acting. Action. Acting upon what God gives you, your gifts that God has given you. Go do something with it. Don't just sit idly by watching people be abused, watching people being taken advantage of. That's not cool. Beach Boy 909, no, it's not that we care. I don't even care about views, first off. But it's not that we don't like it, that you don't agree with people. You haven't even said anything of any significance or to agree or disagree. You came in talking about you beat up, you knocked out, you chased somebody, you talking about pullback and this and that you ain't said anything of significance that's agreed to or to disagree. You just in here talking silly, saying nasty shit. That's not us not agreeing with you or disagreeing. It's you on some nasty, ugly shit. That's all. It ain't about being emotional. You could disagree, do all you want, but you talking about pullback and this and that. Like, come on, man. Like, what? Like, ain't about disagreeing with you. It's about you on some silly shit. But to, actually, let me see. Yeah, it'd being too much of a distraction for me right now. Essay next. No, actually, essay right now. These clowns think that it's about users. They so used to people being thirsty for views and getting views and getting this and getting that. Like, no, I don't care about that. I care about my messaging. What's important to me is that I get a message across that's positive. It's not about garnering attention and this and that. And you come in, you on some silly stuff, go ahead. You gone. Like, I don't even feel like being a distraction. like, yeah, you gone. Oh, bye. You can still see me probably. They probably still in here, but peace out, man. See you in Long Beach. He said when it's in person, it's real. I can't wait to see you in person. Straight up. Straight up. But shout out to the grandmas, man. And that's along the message of what we're talking about this morning is protection. Using your gifts that God gives you. Like somebody in here has a skill that they can sing or that they're athletic or this and that, but you're shy. Don't hold back what God has given you. You're a great speaker. You can do this, but you don't want to put your stuff on display, but it's been given to you so you can put it on display, so you can inspire others. So you can inspire others and show them what to do with the gifts that God has given you. And this is like off topic, but just yesterday, me and Ayana, we get into it, right? Like we get into it, have a back and forth argument about some silly shit. But my neighbor next door was like, yeah, I was next door. I heard you guys get into it. I never hear you guys getting into it, but we did. And this morning, I see her this morning and we talk about, she's like, yeah, anytime you having issues, go to God first. Ask God first about what's going on. And then you go about what you want to do. And that made so much sense because what I had brought up was more about me than going to God and asking like, is this what I need? Is this what I want? And it's out of alignment. And so she talked to me this morning and said, I see you getting coffee she's like, I'm so happy and proud of you guys because you're doing the hard work. You're doing the work to make it work. To make this be a successful relationship, you guys are doing the work. And you get into it, but you guys are still married. It's not over just because of one hiccup. And I started thinking like, damn, marriage has so many things that you go up and down, so many disagreements, but it's about getting past those disagreements, getting past your mistakes, surviving your mistakes, and understanding and giving grace to your partner or to your loved one. And it just really hit different this morning because she was like, yeah, I prayed for you guys and made sure that as soon as I heard you guys having disagreements and Ayana and this and that, she said, I prayed for you guys because there's people out here looking at you guys that are using your image and saying that that's what I want. This is what I want out of a marriage. This is what I want out of a relationship. Your friends are looking at you. Your family is looking at you and they're inspired by you guys. You guys have to make it. You guys have to do well with what you got going on because there's more at stake than just your relationship. You guys are what is pushing out there to the world that a marriage exists. A marriage can be good. A man with a woman is a good thing. When a man finds his woman, it's a good thing. And I was like, damn. Sometimes you could get so caught up and it's about you. And you forget about what the blessing is, what the gift is. And it's not just for you, it's for everybody. It's for everybody out there. You might get selfish and get all into your own priorities about you and this is about me. No, it's about everybody. It's about what you bring to the table for everybody. And I would be doing a disservice or injustice if I didn't tell you guys that me and Ayana, we get into it. We go through things. We go through struggles. We go through communication gaps. And we're like, well, you didn't tell me that. I just assumed this. And when we talk and we get over it, yeah, we may have elevated voices. Well, I'm super passionate when I talk. I get loud. And I'm not even yelling or mad, but I get louder. And she doesn't like that at all. My wife, she does not like loud talking or anything. So I have to like regulate how I talk. But we go through it. We go through situations, not all the time, but often. But it's about getting past that shit. It's about getting past the disagreement or getting past your own thought of not understanding what the disagreement is about. Like just because you don't agree with it doesn't mean you can't understand or take the time to listen. Being a man, a big part about being a man in a relationship, in marriage, is listening. We got to listen. To the communication, we might want to be like, oh my God, here we go again. But just listen. Take the time to listen. Because what you're doing, what you're going through is not just for you. It's for everybody else out there, for all your loved ones. You may be the example. You may be what's put on the platform, on the pedestal so people can see what is good. Look at what they made it through. Look, they didn't fall just because of this. They didn't fall and compromise their whole relationship just because one thing went wrong. They didn't take the easy route. They didn't take the path of least resistance. You know what? Let's just call it quits. We got kids. We got a house together. We've built so much together. Not saying that is on the line. I'm just saying all the things that we have built together, you have to put those into perspective, into consideration. Like, come on, man. It's a bigger picture. You're not bigger than the program. We always use that when it comes to like street shit or whatever. Oh, you think you're bigger than the program. Let's use that shit for marriage. Let's use that shit for relationships. Let's use that shit for friendships. I'm not bigger than the program in any aspect of life. I'm not bigger than anybody. What up, Screwston? I see you, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to all of y'all. Nobody's bigger than the program on any platform, on any area, any foundation. What's the bigger picture? What's at stake? When you start thinking about like what's really at stake, does it really matter then? If this is at stake, if this is at risk, does this little small shit even fucking matter? When we weigh it up against each other? No, it doesn't. But sometimes we get caught up in our minds. Like this is something that I do. I'll share something with you guys in marriage or in relationships, whatever. Friendships, brotherhood, whatever. I'll start thinking some shit in my head. And I'm also a little kind of crazy. I'll start thinking some shit in my head and I'll formulate a whole idea, a whole story, and just be thinking about that shit all day without even communicating not one time or asking a question to the other person saying, hey, talk to me about this. I'll just start figuring shit out and come up with my own synopsis, my own assumption, my own reality that's not even real. And I'll spend all day, or I'll sleep. I don't sleep very well, right? I don't sleep good. I'll stay up all night just tossing and turning, just thinking about some shit that I've made up in my own head. Made this whole situation up in my own head. And then when I bring it to say if I bring it to Ayana, like, hey, this is what I've been thinking, such and such, and I feel like this and this and that, and the whole thing is like, no, what are you talking about? You need to tell me about these things so I can tell you that that's not true. That's not even close to what reality is. But I wasted a whole day of being angry or thinking or processing some shit that ain't real. Stop spending time and your energy and your thoughts on some shit that's not even real. We just formulating thoughts, formulating opinions on some shit that's not real. Wasted energy. What they say, what you spend your time thinking about is what starts happening. What you put out into the universe, what you spend your focus, your energy, be careful what you spend your focus on. Be careful what you spend your energy on, because that shit starts manifesting. Men do need reassurance. Everybody needs reassurance. It's a human nature. Yeah, we need reassurance. We need to be talked to. Men need to be told that they love. Like, I love you, babe. I appreciate the things that you do. For sure. And it may resonate more with men than it does with women when we do get that reassurance. Because I feel like women are constantly being uplifted by other women. Women have a platform, have built out life to where women support each other and say, you got this, you're doing good. Oh, you look good, or you're doing great. Oh, you're such a good mom. Men don't really have that built into life, where men are just constantly uplifting each other. So when we do get uplifted and when somebody does speak life into us, it matters a lot. It resonates. Like, oh shit, thank you. I appreciate that. Sierra, you said you think there's a thin line. Def reassurance is needed, but I believe there is a thin line. What is the thin line? The thin line between reassurance and what? Because at the same time, don't want to project insecurity so tough. Yeah. No, you're right. What is the thing? The pause. Oh, that's weak. I told y'all when I first got with Ayana, she wanted to talk about emotions and emotional stuff. Why do you feel this way? When I first got with her, I was such a knucklehead and so lost. If she would try to talk about emotions, my response would be like, man, I ain't talking about that shit. That's gay. What? Talking about why you're upset or why you feel the way. Why are you drinking like this? Why are you upset? You just lost some friends. You dealt with all these deaths, 100 deaths, and you need to talk about that. That's not gay to talk about how that makes you feel, but that was what I was raised with. Oh, man, be tough. Be a man. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Be tough. And we do these trauma comparisons. That ain't shit. That ain't nothing. You ain't been through shit. Guess what I've been through? This is what I went through. We be trying to compare trauma and hardships to each other like that ain't shit. But it may be something for the other brother. But we always be dismissive and minimize. We got to start uplifting and speaking life into each other. And women doing the same thing for men. Your man, speak life into him. Speak life into him. But brothers, also, we got to grow up and speak life into each other as well. And even ask questions on, damn, how are you doing as a father? I know you ain't seen your son in a while. How's that going with you? I know that's got to hurt. Don't just watch your brother, your friend, or whoever it is, just go through some shit on their own and not deep dive like, hey, how does that make you feel? How did this happen? So we can talk about that shit. Biggs 909. I think some people get it confused though, because they expect assurance or acknowledgement for doing what they are supposed to be doing in a relationship or marriage. Yeah, but that's not necessarily what I'm talking about, Biggs. It's like you don't have to get reassurance in your marriage or in a relationship. I don't need the reassurance that I'm a good husband or you're a good this and that in this relationship. I'm just talking about just in general, a good man. I'm a good man. Damn, I see you going through life. I see you going to work every day. I see you putting your head down and just knocking it out, being consistent with what you're doing. It ain't easy. And I see that and I appreciate that. Just the small things. It's the small things, not I'm putting you on a pedestal and praising you. It's just saying like, damn, you're taking the route that's not the easiest and you're staying consistent with it. I see you working hard. I see you putting your money away. I see you showing up to your kids' games. I see you showing up to school. I see you at this. I see you at the fundraisers. I see you as a man showing up, and I appreciate that. And it's inspirational. And that could come from one man to another man. That could come from one parent in the classroom to another parent in the classroom. Like, just know, I see what you're doing. What a Tiny's award that I see you, cuz. I see you, cuz. Shout out to you for doing that. It ain't easy. And I understand because I'm a man too. This shit ain't easy. I wish somebody would have told me this. Life ain't easy, especially as a man, and it don't get any easier. It's just the problems are the hardships, are the struggles just turn into different things. It's just different struggles, different hardships, but you're being built to deal with what comes next. Every issue that you're going through right now is built for you to go through your next hurdle, your next obstacle. It's building you stronger. Yeah, that quick heart check. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on, man? What's up with your health? I see you gaining weight, cuz like that. We can't be up here looking like this and being unhealthy. I'm worried about you. You might have high blood pressure. What's going? Your cholesterol might be off. I don't want you having diabetes, brother. Every day I see you drinking a soda. It ain't good for us. This is what prostate cancer is. It's so high amongst us black men, such and such, such and such. Those are the conversations we need to have. Not, hey, how was work today? Oh, it was good. You know, work was work. And then we push. All right, for sure. No, work was work. What do you mean by that? Is it that you're just going through the motion? You really don't like what you do? How do you deal with that? Shit, man. Well, you know, I got these kids. I got a family. No matter what, I got to get this done because I got to provide and protect. Like, yeah, man, but that shit is heavy. Every day having to do something that you don't want to do. What's that got to do? How's that weigh on you mentally? What up, July 82? I see you up in here. Yeah, man, we up in here. I know it says 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. I got to change that on the banner because it's really like 7:30 now because I got to drop off my daughter to high school and get all that going. So shout out to us, man. This is the AM Wake Up Show with Rios, the #1 morning show in the whole wide world. Craig, the coldest chat, the ghetto cafe, the coolest, coldest, chillest chat in the whole wide world. I appreciate y'all, man, and I love y'all. And everything that you guys do is impactful and it's engaging. I had to get rid of the two dudes earlier just because I didn't feel like being distracted by what they was talking about. You come in here correct, it's cool. But you on some weirdo like type behavior, some pervy weirdo stuff, I'm kicking you. I think some people get it confused. Oh yeah. We already read that. But shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to us putting on the full armor of God. Putting on the full armor of God when you go out here into the world so that you can take a stance against the devil. Put on the full armor of God when you get out the house. Don't just go out this house and open the door and just like, okay, what is to come is to come. No, prepare yourself before you walk out that door. Say a prayer, get balanced, talk to your wife, talk to your kids, whatever it is. Get balanced, get fully armored before you walk out. Because guess what? It is spiritual warfare every time you leave your house. It may be spiritual warfare in your house. But when you walk out, make sure you are prepared like a soldier. A soldier for positivity, a soldier for the Lord, a soldier for the good. Go out there, make sure you do your checks like, okay, I got this. I got right with God. I said my prayers. I accepted this. I asked for forgiveness. I asked for the strength to be great, to not commit the same sins again. Give me the strength to help somebody out there. Go out into the world with your full armor of God on you. Whatever it is that you call it, whatever the armor for God, armor for whatever. If we don't have the same ideology, that's fine. But the armor for positivity, whatever it is, put that shit on and get prepared. Everything else in life we get prepared for. You go to war, is soldiers, they make sure they do their check, they count, they do this and that. They don't go out on a walk in enemy territory without making sure that they got all their stuff together. Making sure that it's all good. Okay, I'm making sure I got all my ammo. I got my flashlight. I got my water. I got this. I got that. Go out into the world like that. No, I don't think it's recorded. No, it's not recorded. But I can always have access to my lives through YouTube. Pray up before you get out there. Pray up. Get prayered up. God's will be done. All praise to you. Without you, none of this happens. I'm just a soldier for you. What do you want me to do out in this world? Guide me to where the help is needed. That's really how you need to go out into this world, because guess what? At this point that I see us succeeding. I see us so close to success, or us so close to getting what is coming our way as a people, as a community, as a village. But if I see that, I know the others see that. If I can see it, I know other people see that, and that's the opposition. I know the opposition sees it. So they're going to come at you at your weakest points. They're going to come at you at your most vulnerable spot. The enemy knows where you're vulnerable. The enemy knows where you're weak at. And the enemy will attack that exact weakness, that exact injury. Playing football, you got a messed up knee. The defense is like, oh shit, we tackling low today. We going after that knee. You in a boxing fight, in a match, boxing, you got a torn retina or a broken eye socket, broken whatever. Guess what they're going to do on the left side? Guess what? They're going to be throwing rights the whole time because they know what your weakness is. They know where you are weak. And that's what the enemy does. What up, Tafashe? What's going down with everybody here in the Ghetto Cafe? So you got to armor up. You got to armor up. And that's what I want. That's what I want for all of us. Be strong, be courageous. Don't be afraid of what's to come. Don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged. It's no reason to be discouraged because you know what you get through this. It's amazing things on the other side. Your purpose, your drive is for amazing things for everybody. Like, oh, you can't stop me. I'm not just out here doing this just for me. I'm out here doing this for way more. Like there's a song right now, like Shador. Some songs called like Shador or whatever. But I want to have the same, like, not necessarily outlook, but the same energy that Shador has. Shador might be going through, Shador Sanders, Deion's son, maybe going through one of the toughest times in his life. But he's embracing it and he's coming out with a smile on. He's coming out saying the right things. I take full accountability for what happened. I should have been better. I should have been this. While everybody is tearing him down, he still is putting his best foot forward, saying some positive shit and being a positive young man. And if you can't see that that's leadership skills, you're not watching and you're not looking at the right thing. Prayer out to the brothers in DC. Prayer out to the people that are going in Chicago. Prayers out to the people in Baltimore. They're about to have the troops in the city. Now Trump has armed the troops in DC. They're bringing in National Guards from other cities, from other states to DC. And now he's threatening other cities, other states. Westmore of Maryland, the governor of Maryland, I believe. Westmore is the governor of Maryland. Trump is saying, because he disagreed with Trump, he's saying, you know what? I'm going to take back the funding I gave you for the bridge. If you don't be careful, I'm going to send my troops in. I'm going to send my troops in as a threat to somebody in your own country as the president. Telling the governor, if you don't be careful, I'm going to send my troops in. Do y'all not understand the dangers of that? Do y'all not understand the level that is, the surface of that? I'm gonna take back my funding if I disagree with what you're saying. If you ain't in line dancing the jig, I'm gonna take back the funding for your bridge. I'm gonna send troops in. Yeah, I seen y'all murder rate, this and that. Westmore in Baltimore and Maryland has brought down the crime rate the lowest it's ever been since they've been taking the analysis and data of that. But he's threatening to go over there, threatening to go in. Like, yeah, there's attention that needs to be on crime or whatever, but when you're using it as a power, what I say that to say that the opposition is out there threatening you. If you don't be careful, I'm coming after you. I'm going to try to get after you. I'm going to try to come after you. How are you preparing for it? Crime rate is down in Chicago. Stuff is down, but now you want to pay attention to it. Why do you want to pay attention to it? Have y'all noticed that the crime rate and for black men being in jail is at an all-time low? It's interesting and funny that now you're implementing a new thing to put more brothers in jail. Because guess what? There's owner of these jails. There's privatized institutions. And they losing money. Nah, man, I need you to go out there and get, like, that may be an assumption. I may be jumping way across. But now that it's the lowest, what are they doing now? Oh yeah, we got to go into Chicago. We got to go into the Bay Area. We got to go into Baltimore. We got to go into New Orleans. We got to go into Miami. For what? Wes Moore offered Trump to come and do a peace walk with him. He said every month since we've been attacking the crime rate and been getting education up and spending time with the people in the community, everything has been better. Come do a walk with us. We do it every month. The governor, the mayor, the education person, whatever, they all do a walk through the city. And this fool Trump told him, I'm not walking through no city, no dangerous city like that. Why would I do this? I would never do this until you can get the crime rate down. So you're saying you're the president of a country and there's places that you won't even pay attention to or you won't even give them any love because it's not up to your standards. What does that tell that city? What does that tell that place? Trump is, whether you agree or disagree, whether you like or dislike, Trump is out here doing a lot of shit. For the good, for the bad, whatever you want to call it, he is making moves. Now, cash bail, he's trying to get rid of cash bail. The enemy is at work. I want to put more men in jail with this National Guard, the federalization of the police officers. I want to put more men in jail. But on the back end of that, I also want to get rid of cashless bail so that these kids and these guys that I do put in jail, they can't get out because we've taken away that cashless bail. Yeah, that was such and such. It's people getting out too soon. So people who don't have money, who's committing the crimes, the lower poverty, usually are the people who don't have lawyers and can't get the right representation. Let's take away cashless bails. Like, ain't no more loans and putting up a house and this and that. I'm going to put more of y'all in jail and I'm going to take away the resources of how y'all can get out of jail. Also, don't make me send my troops in. I told you what was happening here in California was just a play. What was happening in LA, I said, don't feed into that shit, fighting and throwing rocks. They are just trying to see what they can do. Oh, that shit went down in LA. Now we ran the play. We see how it works. Now let's do it everywhere else. Where's those people that was protesting and doing that? Like, did they do the work? Did they go back home, build a group, put it together, start lobbying for voting? Are you going to vote November 4th for the redistricting? Because they did it in Texas. They did the redistricting in Texas. So now Gavin Newsom is trying to do that. Are you guys lobbying together to say, okay, on November 4th, we got to show up. We got to get out here, get these people to vote for this redistricting to counteract what they did in Texas? What is her name? Jasmine Crockett? I think Jasmine Crockett lost her seat. One of the upcoming Democrats, Jasmine Crockett out of Texas. Did she lose her seat? Let me see. I think she did because of the redistricting in Texas. Or she's in threat of losing her seat. Jasmine Crockett faces political uncertainty after redistricting adds 5 GOP seats and reshapes her district. So it's reshaped her district. I don't know why it keeps doing that. So her voters, the people that she's been talking to, the people who voted her in, they redistrict her thing. They reshaped the map. So the people that voted her in are not even in her district no more. And this shit happened right under our nose. Remember when they left the Texas senators or whatever, they left Texas and they weren't showing up and they were threatening to sue them because they weren't showing up for the vote? Well, it passed, y'all. The dude is in office getting shit done for his benefit. What up, Cash? Smithsonian. He wants to get rid of the stuff that's about slavery and what America did to Africans and to black people. There's too much of that in there. It's too much. We need to slow that down. We need to calm that down. Well, shit, it built the country. It was the biggest import-export was slavery and cotton. It was 60% of the economy. So you want to get rid of what built and what was 60% of the economy through what? How long? 400 years? You just want to take that gap and don't show much attention to that. Now they want to say, oh, only 2% of such and such were slave. Man, I'm telling you, they doing work. Are we doing the work? Are we doing what needs to be done outside of being in the streets? Throwing a brick is easy. Saying F the police, that's easy shit. That's low-hanging fruit. The hard shit is gathering, meeting, and really formulating a plan and coming up with an idea of how to counteract all this BS. Cool dad car care in the building, man. They federalizing the police on your bus. It's happening. It's not like we speaking about something that's in the future or that is unheard of, that can never happen. It's happening. It's happening right now. Wake up. Wake up, people. Shout out to the Ghetto Cafe, man. This is the AM Wake Up Show, Coffee with Rios, the #1 morning show in the whole wide world, Craig. We in here doing our thing. Use your power. Use what God gives you. A lot of us in here, a lot of us in the Ghetto Cafe have a certain strength about us where we're aware and we can talk and we can formulate our thoughts and opinions in a strong manner. We're all capable of doing great things. Every single one of us in here in this Ghetto Cafe. Make sure you're talking to your people. Make sure you're making them aware of what's going on. Remember I was talking about the stuff about SpaceX and Elon going to Mars? What'd he do? What did he do? Let me see if I can find it. Here we go.
As the prophecy foretold by the great prophet Douglas Adams in his, book, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the answer to the meaning of life is 42. And so inevitably, the Starship stack will have 42 engines. And so, yeah, ultimately we'll have 42 engines, which...
42 engines on the Mars spaceship, whatever rocket, Starship, whatever it's called. 42 engines. When I started at SpaceX, the Falcon had 9. Then they were talking about we're going to do a jumbo, which was going to have 3 rockets with 9 engines each. That was the jumbo, the mega rocket. Now, this dude is, and I don't put anything past this guy. Nothing past him. When he says he's going to do something and he's trying to achieve something, he is dedicated to it, like Lex Luthor.
It was inevitable. As the prophecy foretold by the...
As prophecies foretold, he's talking about the dude who wrote that damn book.
Great prophet Douglas Adams in his, book, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The answer to the meaning of life is 42. And so inevitably, the Starship stack will have 42 engines.
What up, Happy? This is a real thing. See how he has his right here, the Falcon 1, Falcon 2, I think, then the Falcon Heavy, which was the jumbo, which is now this one. If you think these people are playing around with y'all, you are sadly mistaken. Look at this shit. These dudes is going to Mars, man. They trying to get to Mars to populate it. I told you, I wasn't joking about that shit. They really are on that. This dude wants a planet to himself. Interplanetary travel. Intergalactic travel. Do y'all understand the gravity and the magnitude of what's happening right in front of our eyes, right in front of our eyes. The richest man in the world, who was in charge of the government, was doing the Doge thing or whatever, found out all the stuff, went through and did whatever he did. Department of Government Efficiency, he was the head of it. Then he got his shit for the electric cars got taken away, no taxes on that. Tax deduction or tax credit. Is building a 42 engine rocket to take people to Mars and populate it. What's he going to take with them up there? What does he plan on doing once he gets to Mars? What is going to be in the capsule? What's going to be in the Dragon or whatever that's on top of the rocket? What's he taking up there? What's the first plans? If you think he doesn't have a plan of when the rocket reaches there and what it's going to do, that's what I want to know. So when the rocket does get there, when the spaceship does get there, what is your plan? What's the first thing that you offlift off the rocket and start? What's the first order of plan? Oh, well, I want to put this there. I'm going to bring some boring machines. I'm going to bring this and build it out there. Are you taking robots up out there? Are there any satellites that you shot up out there? Like, what's going on? Where is there internet? What is going on? I want to know what is the plan once the rocket gets there. Like right now, he's just talking about the 42 engines. But what's the real shit? What's the real shit? Talk to us, Elon. Shit, easy money. I ain't going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. I'm like Morgan Freeman in Lean On Me or East Side High. Say, I ain't got to do shit but stay black and die. That's it. I'm on my mission. They could go wherever they want to go. I'm not going with them. But this is happening right now, y'all. Pay attention to these people. Like, we get distracted with a lot of shit. We get distracted. Yeah, at times we get distracted with things that are happening here and there with these files and this and that. Yeah, I want those Epstein files. But there's a lot of shit that's happening right now that needs your attention, that you need to pay attention to. They talking about all this alien shit. You think all this alien shit is coming out just by happenstance, just by accident? It's just a coincidence. They're having meetings and forums about this shit, and people coming out and books talking about shit that they've seen, and congressmen and senators having conversations about this. Does our government have that technology? Well, I can't say if we do or what part of the government took that technology. They're talking about all that shit right now. Elon trying to move like the primes. Exactly. 100%. 100%. If y'all don't realize that he's Lex Luthor, I just watched that last movie. The last Superman movie, right? The last Superman movie, like every villain, every rich villain, in every movie has a reason why they're doing what they're doing. Their origin story or why they acted the way they're acting. Elon has a great reason. Elon has been Gavin Newsom. He blames Gavin Newsom for his son becoming a girl. Blames California for his son becoming a transgender and not giving him the information that he needed while his son was taking medicine to become a girl. So he was like, you know what? I'm out of California. And then the taxes on all of his companies, he wanted to move Tesla out because of it's too expensive, and he's mad at Gavin Newsom. So he's mad at the Democratic Party because of that. That's why he ran with Trump, helped Trump get elected, helped fund, do things. Gets in there, and then Trump backstabs him and takes his biggest moneymaker, Tesla, who's making a ton of money, and says no more tax refunds after November or some shit, which is a big hit on him. And then he leaves, and now everybody hates Tesla. So the Democratic Party did this with your family. Then the Republican Party did this with you in close quarters. Now you battling back and forth. They turned him into a villain. He already was off the rocker. He already had his ulterior motives, but now I don't even like nobody. Rock and roll. There's nothing more impressive than God, but don't get caught up in not paying attention to what's happening. Yeah, that's a fact. God is great, but he didn't say like pay attention and protect yourself. El Jefe Breezy, yeah, I think so too. He should have paid more attention as a father. But with all those companies that he has, how can he be a father? How can he possibly be a father having all those companies, the Boring Company, the Tesla, the SpaceX, the Solar City, the, what is the Neuralink, Starlink? These are all mega companies that he's going to take to Mars. Guaranteed. Just to not get too caught up in that. But another thing that's taking place is Rampage Jackson's son. Rampage Jackson's son, I think his name is Raja, beating the crap out of somebody. Beating the dog crap out of somebody to where they were asleep. Shout out to Yasuke. Y'all know who that is? Yeah, let's go. Beat somebody. Somebody hit him. I'll show the whole thing, but I'll just my thing about it is what I feel is that he messed up big time. But on the Wake Up Show, we've discussed how small transgressions lead to big things. Small violations lead to big things. When you let small transgressions take place and they pile up, then you just get to some point where you just blow up on somebody. But that's why I said no unchecked aggression. Unchecked aggression is unhealthy. And that's what I think Raja put up with, because at the, whatever his name is, Rampage Jackson's son, because after he did what he did, he said, I'm tired of people making fun of me or not treating me right or not taking me serious. Yeah, you're tired of that because you've allowed it to happen. You've allowed that shit to happen. So now you mad that you've created a path or a way for people to treat you. You create the way people treat you. People only treat you the way you allow it to happen. That becomes how they see you. And you blew up at the wrong time on the wrong person, and now he's a veteran and this and that, and he was unconscious, he wasn't waking up. Because he hit you with a beer can in like some wrestling format. Like, let me go to this shit, actually. Let me see. I don't even know if I could look at this.
How you doing? I'm Stuart.
Let me see. It might not. Let me see.
Pro in 2009. I had just got out of the military, probably about 6 months earlier. I got out of the military, I joined Knox Pro, because I needed something.
This is the dude that he unleashed on.
To focus on. I needed something to help me adjust back into civilian life. A lot of veterans, it's hard for them to readjust into civilian life.
I don't know if I can show all of the beating that goes on. But he destroys him.
This is what happened, Chad. He went to a pro wrestling event with his coach. Those pro wrestlers, they be just as crazy as MMA guys, right? The pro wrestling guy don't know my son, and he hit him over the head with like a can or a beer can or a bottle or something. And my son didn't know it didn't know it was coming. They didn't tell my son. And he hit my son over the head. I guess he thought my son was a pro wrestler or something. And Roger didn't react, but Roger didn't fight though. He didn't do anything, because I told Roger not to get punched, but still nigga hit my son over the head. And then he asked my son, you ain't gonna sell it when you in pro wrestling? So this motherfucker.
So he said, you ain't gonna sell it. Like, you're not gonna sell the pro wrestling. I hit you with the thing. Like, come on, sell it. Like, act like we going at it. He's promoting wrestling. Raja is in their arena. They wrestling. You're in their territory. But maybe so much shit has taken place to where he's had enough. I've had enough of this shit. I don't even care if this is a wrestling format and if you are playing or joking, I'm not with that. And now you about to pay.
What, you don't know me?
Hell no. Yeah.
Hey, I think that's a
Oh, you don't sell it?
Easy. He's not a fucking worker, bro. Calm down.
Yeah.
He said you're not going to sell it, so he's thinking that he's a wrestling
What was
dude.
that?
You don't sell it?
Dude, he's not a
You
fucking
gonna sell
worker,
it? Like, so he think he playing.
What the fuck was that? Hold on. I don't play that shit, bro.
Oh, sorry about
Nah,
that.
I will fuck
No,
him
we're
up,
good.
bro.
I know you will.
Nah.
We're good.
I will
Sorry
fuck
about
him
that.
up, bro.
I know you will.
I don't play that shit.
Sorry about that.
Nah, I will fuck him
So
up.
his
bro.
dad punks him daily. His dad Rampage punks him daily. I'm telling you, people don't just blow up for no reason. And what I say, the enemy attacks you where he sees you weak. Like, oh, one more thing, and I'm gonna get him to one more thing. I'm gonna get him to trip. I'm gonna get him to crash out and lose it. The enemy knows. The enemy knows how to attack you.
What, you don't know me?
Hell
What,
no.
you don't know me?
Yeah.
Hey, I think that's a
Oh, you don't sell it?
Easy. He's not
That
a
was
fucking
disrespectful
worker,
for
bro.
sure.
Calm down.
Yeah. What the fuck was that?
You're good.
What the fuck was that?
But guess what? This is what I'll say also.
You don't sell it?
Dude, he's not a fucking
Unchecked
worker,
aggression, right?
What the fuck was that? Hold on.
Unchecked aggression. If he would have reacted in that moment right then, when he hit him with the can, if he would have reacted when he hit him with the can, he'd have been perfectly within his right to react however he reacted. But guess what? Sometimes you let that shit sit and that shit
I don't play that
manifest
shit,
and
bro.
turn into
Nah,
something
I will
else because
fuck
now
him
you're
up.
harboring
I
on
know
thinking
you
about
will.
it. Damn, I let this cat hit me with a can and I didn't even do nothing. I should have whooped his butt. Now you're thinking. And it builds up to where now you have the opportunity. Now you're about to blow up on him. But you should have blown up on him when it happened. Unchecked aggression. He should have popped him right there. Cold pop, cold slap. They would have stopped the fight or whatever. But the shit that makes you mad is when you don't react properly. You start thinking about like, damn, now I should have said this. I should have did that. That unchecked aggression will fuck you up. Excuse me for my language. Will mess you up. That unchecked aggression will mess you up. Because now you're sitting with it and thinking about that shit. Like, damn, I should have did this. I should have did that. Well, you didn't do it. Now when you react, now when you pumped yourself up to react, you got to go to 10 because you feel like you got pumped. Oh, you know what? You right. Who just said that? What up, Tati? Somebody said, they said, had a possible concussion that everyone would be bullying him, testing him while he was on stream. Then his chat is toxic as F, so the combo is dangerous. Exactly. Somebody just said, yes, J802. I don't have that video, but yeah. He was in a sparring session, and you know, you're supposed to be going cool in a sparring session. You're supposed to just be taking it easy. Who he was sparring with probably saw like, oh, you on live stream, you got a camera in here. This is my opportunity to be somebody. This is my big moment. This is your moment every day. But this is my opportunity to be on your IRL, to have attention on me. Let me go ahead and hit you with a spinning flip back kick. I don't know what it's called. Spinning roundhouse or whatever. And he hit him with a spinning roundhouse and slept him on his feet. Had him dizzy. Boom, boom, boom. Dizzy on his feet. Which you're not supposed to do that in sparring, but he did it. So he could have had a concussion, but after concussion, this is, I think, overflow from that. People keep testing me. This dude just spun 360, kicked me in the head. Now this dude hit me with a beer bottle, a beer can, and my chat is seeing me. This is all happening in real life. Now you got to react. Now you got to react to 10 because you've been getting violated on your own stream. So it's built up. Small violations build up. It either emboldens the bully or it makes you crash out, do some shit that you shouldn't have did because you let all this shit build up. It either emboldens the bully or it makes you crash out and put your life at risk. What up, Tati? And that's what happened. I'm thinking that's exactly what happened. And somebody said the mixture of a toxic chat, I get rid of that ugly shit in my chat. People like, oh, if you start kicking people, you would never be successful. I guess I'll never be successful because that unchecked aggression in the ghetto cafe, nope, doesn't live. We kicking it. It's the unchecked aggression. It's aggression. Oh, you violating? Hey, I'm gonna give you a warning. Hey, don't do that again. That's not how we get down. Even on the smallest platform, on the smallest scale, you gotta check aggression. Oh, I'm just playing. Yeah, but you on some weird, perverted, crazy shit early in the morning. Get out of here. Matter of fact, I shouldn't even be talking to you. Boom, you out. Don't need it. He should have been fined after Sicko apologized. So the dude apologized. Let's see if I can
run out on his shit.
Okay, let me see. Hold on.
You fucking give him his receipt. Remember what a receipt is. Give him that fucking receipt, bro. Tag his shit. If you got a fucking problem with it, I'll fucking run out there.
Give him that receipt. We all know what give him that receipt is, that reminder. Remember you did this. This is the receipt. You did this to me. Oh boy, pumping him up. Watch who you let get in your ear, man. Watch who you let get in your ear. Protect your shit, man. Protect yourself.
Tag his shit, bro. You run out on his shit, you fucking give him his receipt. Remember what a
Tell you guys this. They told me to hit him and just leave. Somebody who pull me off of him will leave. I'm telling you. I'm gonna hit him as many times as I can. Watch. No, they didn't tell me to fake hit him. They said I could hit him for real. Yeah, they allowed me to hit him for real. If he hits me back for real, I don't give a fuck. I want him to.
Look,
Tell you guys this. They told me to.
Who is he talking to? Is he talking to the chat right now? He's talking to the chat, validating, justifying what he's about to do. They said I could go in on him. Old boy that said to check the receipts, they're going to pull me off of him. They say I could hit him as, like, so where in your mind does it register that me 200 pounds, if I just beat the crap out of somebody and they don't even know that this is happening, I'm just going to unleash. Where do you not think that this is dangerous? Like, I could actually kill this fool. If I get on top and just go ham on somebody, 10 punches, unblocked, they're going to die. They are going to be unalive if I do that. Me, and I'm not even a trained MMA, this and that. Like, if I get 10 cleared while somebody's not protecting themselves to their chin, to their dome, they're not, I know for sure they're not waking up and getting up for a long time if they ever get up. Yeah, that he might get off if what he's saying is true. But where do you have the common sense and the logical thinking of I can't just beat the crap out of somebody unhinged and they'll be fine afterwards? Sometimes you be having a skewed outlook, skewed perspective. The slam alone, you know this dude. Look how he slammed this fool. Just like his dad. I've never seen that live. I can't show, but basically, I don't know how many times he hit him like that. With that, look at how far back his fist is cocked. Boom! Boom! Just unhinged. He might have been knocked out for that slam, actually. I don't know. But just look at where he's at. Look where his fist is at. I'm going to go out and I'm going to try to count how many times he hits him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17. Some of them he missed. I didn't count the ones that he missed. 17? What? In your mind, you didn't think that something bad was going to come out of that? When do you ever get 17 clean shots on somebody also? I've never been in an environment or in an arena where I could just get clean 17. Sometimes I wish I could have. A clean 17 with nobody stopping you? Hey, shout out to the dude. If the dude is not pressing charges, shout out to him. But PTSD and veteran, and then you get these like, that's like a severe concussion, whatever, brain damage. Like, dude, you might have affected this guy's life forever. But then people are talking and saying things about his dad be punking him, his dad be bullying him, his dad be talking how he talks to him reckless in front of people on live. That shit has an effect on your psyche too. And he's only 25? All this shit is new, man. All this shit is new. All this reality shit, all this being filmed and recorded, it's all brand new. This dude said that he was going to pull him off. Never pulled him off. 180! 180! That's literally what he was doing. 180! Was doing that Superman thing, for real.
You know who also needs...
I don't want to listen to that. Be careful who you trust. And as fathers, as dads, we're setting an example as well. We're setting an example for our children. I don't know how old Rampage is. How old is Rampage? Let me see. How old is Rampage? "47 years old. 47 years old is Rampage. He's 47, behaving the way that he behaves. Online, on IRL, I know there's been a few things that people have sent me that have been like people laughing, talking disrespectful to women, like almost fighting. Rampage Jackson is a dangerous dude, man. I don't care who you are. 47 years old, 50 years old, 60 years old. Rampage Jackson in any room is a dangerous person. I'm not saying that in a bad way, like, oh, he's a threat to people all around him because he's just unhinged. No, I'm just saying what he has, his toolage and what he understands, his strength and what he knows and how to get down, he's dangerous. To anybody and everybody, that dude is a weapon, right? Shout out to him. But you also have to know what God gave you. You have to know the blessings, that the gifts that you have. God gave me these gifts. I should be using them in the right way. But he is using them in a manner where he's out at bars, getting drunk, drinking, and being disrespectful, talking to women however he wants to talk to them. Who's going to say something? Who's going to say something? And your son is watching. You're an example for your son, let alone not all the people out here in the world watching your IRL, your son. You're an example for your son. What would my dad do? What would this? Oh, okay. Yeah, this is what it is. Listening to your chat. He's 3 years older than me. I'm 44. He's 3 years older than me. Where's your discernment as a father? Like, let me set this example. Let me do the right thing. Let me make sure I'm being a good example. Like, and everybody don't have it. Everybody don't have absolutely everything. And, he's been fighting his whole life. He might have concussions, all that stuff. But, damn, was this a setup for his son? No, I didn't see that, Tafashe. Like, playing those games with your son, too? Like, trying to bag the same woman and this and that? Like, that's a different line, a different energy that you want to do that with your son? That ain't healthy. That ain't healthy. No, it's definitely not a race thing. I don't think it's a race thing. I think it's a out of control, unhinged moment because you've allowed all these transgressions, all these small violations to add up. Chat on you, your dad on you. And then you just escalated, got kicked in the head the other day. Who knows what's happening off camera also? What's that? GF? Shout out to GFS. I see you in the building. In wrestling, however, building a storyline for the athlete. Yeah. There's that toxic masculinity. I don't think that's toxic masculinity. I just think that's just straight up ignorance. Straight up ignorance. It's just straight up ignorance. Like, I don't think it's toxic masculinity. We blame a lot of stuff on that. It's just not being a mature adult. Because there's a lot of masculine men that wouldn't do that. You don't do that because you're masculine. You don't react that way because you're masculine. You react that way because of some insecurity, some trauma, or whatever. It has nothing to do with masculinity. That's sad. You can't be a brother or you can be, I don't want to say you can't be a brother or a friend to your son, but first hat you have to wear is a father, a dad. That's the first hat you wear. And that's where you come from. Everything trickles down from being a father. And then I can be cool with you. We could joke, laugh, but it's always from a father's position. Hey, Calica, that's what I said. We all got some demons someone can bring out. We all got something somebody or somewhere can bring out, but that's what I said. The opposition who's paying attention knows exactly what to do to get you to react. And now, kicked off kick. I don't know if he's going to have repercussions for like the dudes pressing charges or if anything is going to come for that. It's a sad situation. I wish that didn't happen. Pray for everybody involved in the situation, but you can't do that. I just feel like even a kid knows you can't do what he just did. Sierra, it is all on him. It is self-accountability. But it's also, you got to talk about what builds this out. What is the build? It's never just, oh, this just happened. It's never just, oh, this just happened. This is just a coincidence that this happened. There's always a prelude to the story. There's always a prelude to the story. Get out of here. Let's talk about it. Because even even kids growing up watching their fathers behave, watching older men behave at these sporting events that the kid is playing at. These are just maybe kids playing, or you could be adults in a recreation game. But the way that these adults are behaving at these games, I'm telling you, I've seen firsthand. The level of immaturity is ridiculous. The level of awareness is so low. Like, you're defeating the purpose of this whole thing is for these children or for kids to be setting a good example. Check this out.
Rosemead, California. Watch this.
This is at a youth baseball game. The umpire. Shit's not funny. I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm not laughing at the situation, but the thing is, this is what kids are growing up seeing right now. Damn, the umpire don't even hold himself accountable to behavior. Going at it. Is it that important? Man, go back to the car. Go to your car, man. Get up out of there. If it's that bad, take your ass back to the car. Go home. Go home. Nobody should get you up and at it like this at a freaking children's event.
No, baby, stay right here.
What are you doing? At the end of the day, we're grown men. Yes, and that's the exact reason why you're supposed to hold yourself to a higher standard. Or even have some discretion. Like, dude, I'm going to meet you in the parking lot. We'll get over this. We'll talk about this, but I'm going to meet you in the parking lot. We'll have this discussion when the kids ain't around. No discretion, no discernment. Like, hey, man, okay, people watching. You know what? You getting beside yourself, but I'm going to humble you after this. We're going to talk about this shit afterwards. You got to stand on business. Yeah, you can stand on business. Is that standing on business? Does that, like, no matter what the situation is, did that help or did that hurt? Did that help or did that hurt the cause? J802. That's how the family events, the weddings be looking. Man, at least you amongst family. You out here in the public acting a fool. I told y'all about the shit at the football shit where the kids was fighting the coaches and some of the kids got stabbed up. Out here. In Los Angeles. Ugly, stupid ass shit. Hey, Sierra. Don't make me pull up some woman stuff, Sierra. I'll pull up some videos of some women being emotionally unstable. There's some emotionally unstable creatures, man. I got some videos. And that's what I'm going to start saying. Let's stop saying toxic masculinity. Let's start saying emotionally unstable. That's the explanation. Emotionally unstable people. Men are that and women are that too. Emotional damage. But I'm just being real. But I'm saying God blesses us with positions and gifts to do great things with. Let's not let the enemy beat us so that we throw away our bag. Mess up what we got going on. You could be in a position to do great things, but you answer to your lower self. Sierra, yeah, and women get a lot of passes too. Y'all get a lot of passes. And they use that as an excuse. It's a woman. And women get a lot of passes. But men, it's like a Chihuahua doing something and a Rottweiler doing something. A Chihuahua could get away with biting somebody. Like, it's just a Chihuahua. The Rottweiler could do the same bite and it's a completely different effect, a completely different reaction because of the strength, the viciousness behind it or whatever. But it's the same exact act. Just like in the NBA. Shaquille O'Neal could do the same foul as a point guard did. But they're going to call the foul on Shaquille O'Neal because of the effect of what he did. It has more of an effect because it's 200 pounds in that swing of that arm versus 50 pounds of that point guard. So women get away with a lot of stuff because of the effect. And it's like, it's not that bad. But shit, the thought and the act is the same exact thing. Hey, let's go. So let's go to that, man. I do want to bring up Pun and AD and Geese, man. Let's lighten it up a little bit. Let's get a little bit more lighthearted in here because I'm also going to react to this Snoop situation also. We already talked about the cashless bill do you know that Trump also wants to change the name of the Department of Defense to the Department of War? He said, I don't like that it's defense and defending because we're very offensive as well. We have a lot of offense. We win wars. I'm thinking about changing the Department of Defense to the Department of War because we win all our wars. I kid you not. I'm not even joking. We could get into that in a little bit because we're going to be here for a while. The Department of War. Well, men that act tough, Sierra, that have to display toughness, they are already losing. They're already losing. Let me see. I'm going to go to Yazzer's page real quick because I know she got that shit clipped up. Oh, shit. What up, Sexy Nay? I see you. Let's go to, what did Pun call himself? He called him something potato. Karate potato, the potato is coming. I forget what he said. Here we go. Pot Lord reacts to AD falling. Kung Fu potato. Oh, shit. She got a bunch of this fool's reactions. Damn. It's a whole bunch on here. Damn, I don't know which one to go to. Which one do I think is gonna be fun? Bring in Kung Fu Potato. Look at all these. AD called the Brandon Slayer. Captain Rick Rock responds to Brandon, who is on Kung Fu Potato's list. Let's see this.
We paid for it. That broke back wagon. We paid. Damn, you got some. Wait, who else on the list, man?
Fuck that nigga in that side.
You got Brandon on the list. You got Stet on the list. Who else?
I got everybody on the list. Line them up. The top opto.
I can't believe these niggas have on geese.
Stop running from me, you white bitch.
Oh, shit. What's he talking about?
Hey, keep it gangster.
I want your master. I don't want you fat boys. Sensei want your master.
Sensei Labubu.
Sensei.
I want your master. Adam 22.
Y'all see he liked the sword. He ain't put that motherfucker down.
I want Adam 22.
Oh, my God.
I'm calling you out with a hand out, bitch. It's time to show these motherfucking hands.
Let's go.
White bitch.
His fool dropped the sword. Oh, man. He said, trying to see these hands.
Pun in the gym, too.
Woo! Talk about it.
He in the gym.
I'm feeling good, and I'm looking good.
Hey, look, we about to put together a cold team.
A cold team.
We got
Woo!
the P. Yuski, the Highest, the Architect, Compton Rick Rock, and the Brandon Slayer.
Woo!
And we jumping out on shit.
Let's go.
Oh, my God. Who is the Brandon Slayer? Oh, shit.
Call Dago.
Called Dago. Look at this fool with the hammer.
We jumping out on shit.
I wasn't ready for this yesterday,
and
actually.
Compton Rick Rock needs to be the next episode.
Uh-oh, hold on. Flacco calling in right now. Hold on.
God. Look at this AD Potato.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
I got the juice.
You ready?
Hey, he actually got up there, though.
Come on, bro. Your fat ass up.
Hey, why would you even have him doing a high kick, though? We know we can't do that.
That wasn't fake,
Man, this.
I'm an athlete. I'm a high level.
Come on, man. This nigga AD, man.
Hold on, cuz. Hurt my leg.
Fucking dummy.
My toe.
All right, let's see. Where are we?
So Flacco did a call
My
in.
fucking toe, cuz.
Shout out to them, man. Shout out to my brothers making content and out there not taking these fools too serious.
Why you holding your wrist for your toe?
Do that.
Oh, man. Shout out to them, man.
Get on the mat.
Shout out to Pot Lord. Hey, that's actually tight. That's actually vicious. Look at Punter's background. That's tight as hell, man. All right. So, somebody said Flacco went full Tupac mode. Flacco feeling himself right now. He went Tupac mode, called out people. Hey, man. So, let's look a little further into it. So, he went in on him. So, who did Flacco go in on, go Tupac mode on? I don't know who, but I know he called into T-Rail show. I know he called into Community. So, what's in the works? Let's look a little deeper. What's in the works? What's going on? Is it more than just why would he call in right now? Why is he calling in, calling out whoever he's calling out? It's purposeful. There's always a ulterior motive, a hidden agenda. Who's he calling out? It's always something, man. It's always something they trying to blow smoke. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to create a fire somewhere or whatnot. Why now? Why call in now and talk about all this stuff? Somebody said he had called academics and he was flossing like how much money he's making. The nigga is killing it on YouTube for sure, killing it. But be careful of what you start welcoming. If he's going Tupac mode, I can only assume that he's cursing and on some hood stuff. Tupac was on some hood disrespectful stuff. Be careful what you welcome into your life. If you are in the place where you're making money and you're garnering this money and you're doing great for yourself, why dibble back into the negative? Why dibble back into that shit? Every time you get out, they pull you back in. Killing it. I don't think you have no reason to do any Tupac shit. No reason to do any Tupac shit. He has created a lane that's successful, that he's doing great in. Don't fall back into what I say. You get a gift, you get blessed, and then the enemy knows how to attack you. I don't know who's probably baiting Flacco into reacting this way. But you got to be careful. You got to pay attention. He claims he's the king of LA making $50K a month. First off, money don't make you the king. There's people out here making more than $50K a month. Not me. There's people in LA making more than $50K a month. Does that make them the king? Money does not make you a king. That's like Bane in the Batman movie when the dude was like, I gave you all this money and I'm this guy and I gave you this. I funded all your stuff and I tell you what to do. And then Bane put his hand on his shoulder. He said, and does this and that money gives you power over me? With his hand on his shoulder, like, I could kill you. I could unalive you right now. Money don't make you a king. T-Rail tried to tell him the same thing. Yeah, man, like, you got to be careful what you dibbling dabbling with. You already are doing great. Somebody needs to talk to him. Act maybe needs to talk to him. T-Rail, AD, Pun, somebody. Like, dude, stay on the path that you on. You doing some good shit. You killing it. Do y'all see how good he's doing on YouTube? Do y'all see how great he's doing? Multiple videos a day. I'm going to say a minimum of 35,000 views each video. Multiple videos a day, 3 videos a day or more. Stay in that lane. You're doing good. Do some good with that shit. Don't lower yourself to some ignorant shit. T-Rail tried to tell him. Somebody got to tell him. Wake up. But that's what I was talking about. That was the message of this morning, is like using the blessings that you've been gifted with for good shit. Don't let your lower self get the best of you. Your lower self is getting the best of you. I know he paying to play, laughing out loud. All those cats with money pay to play. It don't matter if they look like Flacco or if they look like Future. They look like Flacco or they Drake. If they're Flacco or they're an NBA player, they're all paying to play. In some sense of the matter, you're paying to play. When it's money involved, it's pay to play. That's what they all doing. Not me. Pay to play? You might as well find you somebody. You might as well find you somebody that you can appreciate and share in this world, man. That pay to play shit, paying for this and that shit is played out. And that's for everybody, not just y'all trying to put that on him, but that's for everybody. Find you somebody of significance. Find you somebody that is really going to be there. We've gotten into this like red pill thing, like our like red pill generation where we don't value relationships or the other people. And we're just paying for a moment, for 30 seconds, 30 minutes, paying for this. And then just go on about your business. It's less of a hassle. You don't have to really deal with certain things. I don't want to say no woman will take him serious. There's somebody out there for everybody. Sick Raja or Flacco, he'll get a medal. Hey man, maybe Flacco is setting up to be on a fight with on Aiden Ross's channel. Aiden Ross's boxing shit. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he's getting crazy like this because he's promoting a fight. Is he promoting something? Is he trying to promote? Like, that's how boxing is. Like, boxing has gotten watered down. I can't stand that shit. All that disrespectful shit before the fight, and then after the fight saying, God bless you, man, I love you. I thought you just hated this dude. Like, you was just talking all that shit, but, we was just selling the fight. A lot of these dudes is influencers. A lot of these dudes is promoting what they got going on. A lot of these people pray to money. It's all about monetary. Yeah, I don't watch Sexy Name, me either. I don't really watch anything, really, but he can, like, I don't really believe that he thinks that he can't get touched. Because when you start talking a certain kind of way, when you start talking a certain kind of way, there's a certain level to the way that you talk and speak to where somebody just takes it upon themselves like, oh shit, I'm gonna get some cred if I do this. If I get him, I'm gonna get some attention. If I do this, I'm gonna garner some attention. A lot of people are gonna do some shit just for clout. Tafashe, in my opinion, the tables turn, the ball's in the women's court unless you have your shit together. Let me see. Okay, let me put the Bluetooth on. Let's get some women's opinions on this. Tafashe, actually call in and you can ask that question. Let's see. So we got the phone lines opened up. I had the phone number up the whole time. But I forgot to hook the phone. Y'all know how T.O. Rios be tripping. But call in. Tafashe has a good question about the dating scene. Is the power in with the women? Do the women have the power to in the dating situation? Boom, here we go. Hold on. This is the AM Wake Up Show with Rios, the number one morning show in the whole wide world. Craig, caller, where you calling from and what's your name?
I'm calling from the Inland Empire. Shout out to the Ghetto Cafe and Tafashe. Good morning, Rio.
What up, Tafashe? What's happening with you, man?
Man, I'm currently just picking up these DoorDash orders, quick little $100.
Let's go. Making that paper, putting the grind in. The grind don't stop. Grind
definitely don't stop. Appreciate you for the morning motivation to get to the grind.
Yeah, man, for sure. This is what we doing in here. Thank you for being in here with us. Like, we doing this shit together, man. It's us. This is a community, dude. This is the Ghetto Cafe. Let's go.
I had a quick question for the ladies because I might lose reception going into this warehouse.
It's all good.
But I want to know the women's perspective on the current dating market. I feel like the ball is in their court. Financially, a lot has changed. It's not the 1900s, not the 1800s no more. Women are a lot more independent. So I feel like unless they genuinely like you, man, it's over for you. That's over for you. But you guys they got to genuinely like you. It ain't no more they need a provider. It's no more they're dependent. It's strict. I'm just coming from that perspective. Financially, the tables turn. There's a lot more educated women. There's always been educated women, but, in terms of the corporate setting.
Right.
Running shit. Owning shit. So, I wanted to get their perspective on that.
Okay, so let's get a female perspective on that, and that'll be good because the landscape has changed in relationships. Everything has changed, like as in the reasoning for being with somebody. Like now, women don't have to be with men for survival. Back in the day, marriage and all this, women had to be with a man to move forward in life. Now that's not necessarily true because women didn't have any rights. Women couldn't vote. Women couldn't get jobs. They couldn't support a family. Now the way things have gotten with the equality, they have all access to everything a man has access to, and they can build for themselves. So right now, you have to be more like men got used to being the money. Like, oh, I'm going to have girls because I provide. Like, no, I can provide for myself. I have women because women need to be pleasured. Oh, no, I can pleasure myself. Oh, I'm with women because I can protect them. No, I got my own CCL license. I could carry. I got all of that.
Bingo.
So outside of that, you have to attack relationships at the core. Why do you want to be with a woman? Why does a woman want to be with a man? They want to be together to build a family, to love, to be outside of just what everybody is focusing on. The focus can't be money. The focus can't be worldly shit. Like, hey, this is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be together. We're supposed to build. We're supposed to love. But when you get caught up in those worldly possessions and start thinking about what you can provide for yourself and but don't you want to wake up with somebody? Don't you want to be with somebody that's going to put you first? Don't you want to be with somebody that is going to sacrifice and do what they can to make sure you're okay when you're not doing well? No one's thinking about the conversations in the morning or when I'm having a bad day. Who do I talk to? Is my person there to comfort me, to console me, to build me up, speak life into me? What if you do lose your job? What if you lose all that money? What if you lose all those things that you put all your time into? Where is your supporter? Where is your person? No one is thinking about that shit. People are only thinking about, oh, I could do this for myself. I could do that for myself. Well, then you don't want to be in a relationship. If you think you can provide everything you need that a woman or a man can provide for you, then you are lost. You don't need a relationship. Then the ball is not only in their court, it's their ball, it's their court, it's their rim, it's their stadium. I don't even want to be in here if that's what's being promoted. And that's where we are.
Oh,
that's where we are. Like, what do you bring? So I'll ask you this, Tafashe. As a man, what do you bring to the relationship that a woman can't provide for herself?
In my opinion, I bring vision, guidance, clarity, direction, protection, of course, basis, provision. I'm thinking everything from the standpoint of me as a father.
Yeah. I get it. And then you, on the other side of that, you have to ask a woman, what does she want? What do you want from your man? To even know if that's what you're going to provide. Like they always say, equally yoked. Like we have to be equally yoked to be in a successful situation. Like if what I think I provide, is that what you're looking for? Or is what you're looking for what I provide? Because what I value and what I find important in life, in love, and relationships is this. If you are always breaking everything down to how much money I bring to the bank account, that's not it. That's not where I'm at. That's not where I'm trying to go with it. I'm trying to find me a teammate. I'm trying to find me a partner for life. I'm trying to find somebody I could go experience this life with, go travel the world and go help people and go live a life of servitude with my partner when I know when I come home, I have my support system there. I know I can be your support system. If there's anything that you need, I'm going to be there for you. I want to be your everything. I want to be your ear. I want to be your person that you lean on. I want to be the shoulder. I want to tell you everything is going to be okay. And I want you to know it because I'm not going to let anything happen that's not going to be okay because I'm going to die before I let anything happen to you.
Correct.
And I think that's where we're not communicating and getting to the point of talking to women and women talking to men because we keep talking about toxic masculinity and, oh, I could provide for myself and this and that. Yeah, but aren't you lonely? If you don't value a man, then why do you want to be? If you don't value a man in general, then you don't need to be with me. We could just be just doing what we're doing because you don't value a man at all anyway. Before we came into this relationship, before I came to you, you don't value men at all. You just value what you can provide for yourself. A big house, a car, this and that. Like you don't value anything else. But let's get the women's opinion though. I appreciate you, Tafashe. That's actually a really, really good question. And because times are changing.
Yeah. You parents, perfect. You understood what I was trying to say, and you said it very in a particular way. So I appreciate that.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Keep it up, man. God bless you. All blessings to you and your family, man. Keep killing it out here, man. Go out there and be a blessing for somebody else. It's all love all the time. Shout out to Tafashe, man.
Ghetto Cafe, Rios.
Let's go. Ghetto Cafe, stand up. So we got some good answers in here. When I was older and looking at marriage, I was intentional on a man that was going to be a good father, regardless of how the relationship would end. That's a great one. Regardless of what our relationship becomes, or whether it works or doesn't work, you were looking for a good father, somebody who, if our relationship did not exist anymore, you were still going to be there for your children. That's bomb. I know when I prayed for my wife, I said, I want somebody that's going to treat my children better than they treat me. Treat my son better than she treats me. And that's what I got. Someone who puts their children first. And I love that shit. That's a good one, Mom Hawk, too. What else is somebody said in here? Osvaldo Aleo, they still act up whenever you can't provide the same as you used to. And it can be because you're going through things, but they can't see that at times. They will look at what they don't. But that's when the marriage is based off of what you've obtained. That's when the marriage is based off of monetary gains and monetary support. You got to actually support your person in a different way. How do you support in a different way? What do you bring to the table outside of monetary? What do you value outside of that? People don't be knowing what they truly want. That's a good one, Sierra. Like, people don't know what they really want. I didn't know when I went into marriage, I didn't really know what marriage was. I didn't have a full grasp on how heavy marriage was and what the expectation of marriage was and what is all involved with that. Marriage is a huge thing. It ain't all just rainbows and cotton candy. GFS, more like, what is the purpose of our relationship, which could and kill the loving heart, because everyone needs purpose and dignity and respect in kind what they love. That should be a demand of just any relationship. I demand respect. I have purpose. You shouldn't have purpose because you're with somebody. You should demand respect. You should have a purpose-driven life regardless of a relationship. And you should have your dignity. That should all be there. You shouldn't be with somebody that doesn't value those things in you or doesn't even recognize or acknowledge those things in you. I'm too loyal to play games. I hate when women lie or sugarcoat shit. I'll be like, sign the contract so we can get to the playoffs, baby. Sign the 2-year. We can re-up and renegotiate. Hey, man, people are always evolving and people are always growing as a person or maturing or whatever. You might, 2 years from now, the person might be a completely different person. I just don't want to be treated like a breeder versus the hubby. That's a 2025 mindset, a bank or a breeder. You just providing the seed or you just providing the money. Like, at this point in life, like, out here in Cali, it's a whole different story, I think. Out here in Los Angeles, it's a whole different story because like life just in general is so expensive. Just the cost of living is ridiculous. So to be able to provide for yourself and somebody, a whole nother person, like, oh, you want me to provide for me and you? Oh, I got to be rich. Or we have to be modest in the way that we live. We have to be humble in the way that we live because providing for somebody completely, yourself and somebody completely, oh, you got to have money. You got to really have bread. This game is for single ninjas. Let's remind y'all. But it's always ninjas crying and acting up in the comments. Like, it's always men that are unhappy with the situation. I hear more men complaining about the dating situation than women. More men are affected and mad about what's going on than women. Like, oh, they don't respect men and a man can't do this and this inequality and da. Men is complaining and complaining and complaining more than women. More than women. Don't forget, women have access, a lot more access than we do because of a certain thing that they got. A woman could go find a chump right now. Right now, there is a vast amount of chumps on the market. So there's a vast amount, because we'll be the real ninjas like, nah, I'm a real ninja. This is what I stand on. It is 32 fat, out of shape, or compromised men. It's like, I'll do whatever, just love me. If a woman wants to, she could settle for a chump. She could settle for a chump right now. 10 of them. She could settle for a chump that's like, I don't care if you have multiple men. Like, you can have, yeah, I'll provide this and this and that, as long as you let me massage your feet. Men are so thirsty. Look at the little girl who just got an
unknown caller.
Look at the little girl who just got an OnlyFans. She used to, Lil Tay. She got $15 million in 2 weeks or something because of thirsty chump people paying to watch her do some nasty stuff. 15 million. A man can't go on OnlyFans and make 15 million in 2 weeks because of this. Men are thirsty. There's a lot of chumps and punks out here, and that's who y'all competing with. Really, men, y'all competing with the chumps and the punks. It ain't the women. You competing with the men that are compromised. That's who your competition is. Just like women's competition is women who just is out there laying with anybody. I'm trying to be a good woman, but this bride out here sleeping with everybody for nothing, messing up the game for everybody. But caller, this is the AM Wake Up Show, Coffee with Rios, the #1 morning show in the whole wide world. Craig, what's going down, man? Caller, where you calling from, and what's your name?
Hi, Rios. This is Bree from Colorado.
Bree from Colorado. Let's go.
I just want to tell the Ghetto Cafe good morning. I'm a little under the weather. I don't feel too well, so I might sound a little different. But I just wanted to add my little 2 cents to what Fashe was asking. I'm going to just go off of me and my experiences. I'm going to take my kids out of the situation and, me, single female.
Mm-hmm.
At 35, I feel like the men that I've encountered are a little intimidated by me just because I am very independent. At my job, I was a supervisor because I carry mail, and I tried it for like 4 months. I didn't necessarily really like it. And when I was a supervisor, I was still with my baby daddy. And it seemed like he was a little intimidated. He was a little taken aback because, to me, no offense to any man out there, but it just seems like they want a needy bitch. They want somebody that they can have a control over, or, for me, I haven't had anybody that's ever been able to meet me halfway. Like, I've always been the person that's been more responsible. And again, I don't know if that's because of my upbringing. Like, my mom was a single mom, and she always just taught me, like, you got to go get it. Whether you're a male or a female, you have to have it, and you have to go get it, because you may not get with a partner, or you may not get with someone that's equally as yoked as you are. And I just mean mind frame life, like getting up, going to work, or getting up if you're an entrepreneur, making sure you're making some type of money every single day. And I just, like, when I was with my baby dad in my situation, when I would come home from work, like, I know how to turn off, being a supervisor at work and then coming home, being a girlfriend or being mom. Like, not necessarily submitting to him, but just I know how to turn it off. But it just seemed like he was very intimidated by that. And it just seemed like, I don't think he necessarily wanted me
what made you feel
in that position.
What made you feel he was intimidated by that? Like, what was he doing that made you think he was intimidated?
Well, I feel like there would just be certain instances, like, it does go back to money. There would be certain instances where I'm the type, if our kids need something, I'm not going to come and ask you, hey, can you go half on this, or can you, like, I'm going to go get it because they need these things, whether it's shoes, clothes, the fees for them to go play sports, or, any little, whether they're going to the mall with their friends or the movies or just to hang out with cousins, you know what I mean, for the weekend. I send my kids with money. They don't need it. They don't have to, because my family's going to take care of them, or their friends are going to take care of them, and vice versa. If they're with me, they're good. But it just seems like, he would just, like I'll take my 9-year-old, for example. He's going to have picture day on Thursday. And every year I try to do something, with my school, for my kids, for school pictures. I try to do something different for them. Like, let's have a different hairstyle. Let's have it, because this is a moment in time for you. So he knows that all this is going on. And I'm not the type to be like, hey, are you going to go half with me to get his hair braided? Or, because this year he wants to wear an afro, but he wants it colored. So I'm like, okay, let's do a temporary spray in your hair, you know what I mean? So it'll wash out or whatever. So it's not a big deal. He's the type, because he feels like it's my idea, or this is what I want to do, that I should be paying for it, and he's not going to pay for anything. It's basically like, when they're with him, he wants me to give him everything, their clothes, their everything. And when they're with me, I can't ask him for anything. Like, and I don't, because I know he's going to give me a hard time, but it would just be things that I could, like, even if we went to the grocery store, or if we went to Sam's and he knows that we're going there, I'm not worried about what you're going to get or who's paying for what, because at the end of the day, as a household, we need it. But these are discussions that we need to have, but I can't have with him, because he always gets upset, and he's like, well, you're the boss. That's what he always used to tell me. You're the boss. You got it. So when you're saying that to me, that is sending me red flags right there. Like, First of all of that is uncalled for because we're going to Sam's Club. We're getting household items. We're not getting stuff that, you know what I'm saying? It's a necessity. It's not like this is just fun. Like, it's a necessity for us. So it should never be a fight or an argument to me. So back to what Tapasha is asking and saying, what I've noticed, what I've seen, I feel like men are a little intimidated by a woman that has her own, like I have my own car. I have 2 cars. I have my own place. I've always had my own apartment before I even had kids. Like, I've always had my own because that has been instilled in me because I didn't have a man because my dad was a crackhead. He was never around.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame him. The drug stopped with him. That's fine. But I've always just been taught, and my mom used to tell my brothers too, you should never get with a female because of what she's going to bring to the table, because she's going to help you pay half on the rent or half on your car note. You should be able to take care of this regardless, whether you're a male or a female. You should be able to do this on your own, period.
Right.
So from my experience, in my opinion, I just feel like it's a lot of intimidation. And there are some females out there that need a little help. They need a little guidance. They need somebody to say, hey, you should try and apply for this position, or you should try and do this. I mean, you've been working at this job for this long, or you've been doing this for this long. Maybe you should, because people don't think like that. A lot of people, and I don't need to say it like this because I am a Black female, but a lot of us, we don't want to take positions of power because, one, we are Black, we are female. We already get stereotyped that, oh, she's going to have an attitude, she's this, she's that. And it's just like we don't get the same grace that other races or even men get. So I just feel like when I was as a supervisor, like he would just try to be funny and be like, well, you're the boss, you got it. And I'm just like, at the end of the day, these are your children and you should want to take care of them. You should want to show that a man can do, like a father can provide. So that's just where my whole issue is coming from.
Right. So at some point, what point in the relationship did he start feeling like that? Was there incidences where his voice wasn't valued or his input wasn't valued? Were you just like maybe minimized and were dismissive of what he had to his input into a situation where he became used to like, shit, it don't matter what I say anyway. You just going to do what you're going to do anyway. Like you don't value what I say because you may not value my situation or because I'm not making money. You don't value or you don't look at me in that way. So was there times where you were dismissive and minimized what he had going on? And that could have been an opportunity to have a conversation like, hey, don't worry about that. Don't worry about this and that because no matter what, you're my man. And I'm going to submit to what you want. And I'm always going to consider what you have to say because we're in this shit together. We're a team. It's not one moving the needle. It's us together moving the needle. And that's where conversation and communication and being able to recognize somebody being in a place of uncomfort and helping them get to that. Sometimes you might have to help a brother get in a better place and say, hey, dude, you ain't never got to worry about that with me because no matter what, you're mine, I'm yours. So it seemed like he was speaking from a place maybe prior to you or through you that he was feeling like not man enough to be in a situation or he wasn't being heard or seen.
Well, so let me say this. He's a carpet installer, so he has his own business. He's probably laid carpet for the last, he's 50. So I say for the last almost 20-something years, 25, 26 years, he's laid carpet. He's at his own business. So when COVID happened, it definitely took a hit to his business. So he was at home. So he got to see what it was like, not to, fire shots to be funny, but he got to see what it was like to be a stay-at-home parent. Yeah. And I don't think he necessarily, the way his personality is set up, that he could handle that. And at that time, again, I was predominantly the breadwinner, but I'm not the type to ever be like, you need to come ask me. I know he's not working, so I know he don't have the money like that. So that was never an issue. But once your business started to pick up, you can't then in turn still think that it's just going to always be on me. And then you get to go do whatever you want with your money. Yeah. Now, the problem I will say, too, is his parents have always helped him. He is from Iowa. His dad works from John Deere. He's an engineer. He still gets paid from them, even though he's semi-retired or however that works anyways. So his dad's dad, which is his grandfather, was an engineer. So, when his grandfather passed, he left his dad millions. Like, they have money, okay? They have money on top of money. So he's always just been the type that he never really takes anything serious. He always thinks his parents are always it's a phone call away. I could just call them. that's not how I want to raise my kids. That's not how I want my sons to
Right,
go
but
about life. Because
did you
again,
know that before you had kids with him?
no, because that was the thing. When I met him, like he came and did work on my aunt's house, and it was him, his little crew. It was like him and like 5 other people. They knocked out her whole house in like 4 days. So, you know, I didn't necessarily see all of this until COVID started to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we had already been, what? My son is 16. I mean, we've been together since 2009, 2008, whatever. But I don't feel like, per se, that there was a time that I was dismissive towards him or his feelings, or I belittled him or made him feel less than a man. But I just feel like, I know you're not working during COVID, so I give you access to money. You're not doing the right things with that money. You're going and spending it on whatever it is that you're spending it on. I'm not going to ask you, okay? But you can't then, in turn, when things are good again or things are rolling or going how they're supposed to, and just think it's all going to fall on me. That's not fair.
Mm-hmm.
If we're both in this together, and again, that's another thing, you have to be able to communicate with your partner. They want, like, I don't know if I'm saying this right. They have to want to have those conversations with you. And at the end of the day, I realized that he didn't want to have those conversations because that's too much like that's an adult conversation. That's an adult thing to do. When things are going awry, you don't just run from them and act like it never happened. You address it to make it better. And he didn't want to do that, and he doesn't want to do that. So I have to just pick and choose my battles with him when it comes to things. But I will just say what I've noticed and what I've experienced is these men are a little intimidated by women that have their stuff together. Now, I'm not going to say that every woman has her stuff together. And it also depends on what age she is. And it also depends on what her mental health or mentality is, or, you know, because there are women that set out there to be taken care of their whole life. They think that their best attribute is in between their legs. So I see those too. But just in my opinion and my personal experience, that's what I've come across. And that's what I can speak to.
So the thing that I get from that, like I heard you through and I listened. But what I kind of like gather from that is that we're using intimidated in the wrong place. Like, I don't think it has anything to do with intimidation. I think we have to find a better word to describe what is going on. Like, I don't think it's necessarily intimidated as it is unhappy with the situation. Unhappy with the outcome or the way things are. I don't think it's necessarily intimidation. I think it's either a man or a woman that's in a situation that they've created that they don't like. Like, I've allowed this to take place, so this is my relationship and I'm unhappy with it. I don't think it's intimidated. I think it's unhappy. And so when we like keep saying, oh, he's intimidated by me, that's like putting yourself in a position above somebody and saying that I'm in a place of such power that when I come in the room, that it's intimidating because I bring all this with me. And that's not the case. Like, that's not the case and everything. Maybe it's just that I don't like the way you behave in this situation. I don't like the way you behave when you do this. Like, the way you talk to me, I don't like that. The way I demand you to be more respectful, it doesn't mean he's intimidated. It could mean that he's not happy with what he's built or who he chose, or you're not happy with who he chose. And so when we keep saying like intimidated, it's like putting ourselves in a position of power over somebody just in the wording of it. Like, I'm in a position where I can be intimidating. Like, no, I'm not intimidated by money. I'm not intimidated by you making decisions. What I don't like is that you're not taking into consideration how I feel and what I think. And you're just taking it upon yourself to say, oh, I'm right, you're wrong. And this is how, at the end of the day, I'm the one making things move. So I'm the one that's going to have the deciding factor in the decisions that are made. And so that can be to somebody like slowly make them not like you as a person. You know what I mean? Like, and it could be that severe that they're like, I don't even like this person. I don't even like how she's getting down or this and that. But what I've seen is a lot of women are using intimidated. I don't know where that came from and why that's so like broadly used in general. Like, yeah, men seem to be intimidated by me. Well, or does it seem that men don't like you? And I'm not talking about you in general. I'm just talking about women saying, yeah, I intimidate a lot of men. Or is that an excuse you're using so you don't have to deal with men saying, I don't like you. I don't like the way you are. I don't like the way you behave yourself. I don't like you for my partner or for my person. It's not intimidated. Why can't I have a preference and not like something about you without it being intimidation?
Well, and I can agree to that, Rios, but how I view it and how I see it, and again, I'm just speaking from my own personal experience and opinion, is like I said, if we're at Sam's Club and you know that we're going there, I don't care if you have $5, $10, contribute something.
See, but that's thing right there, that's not intimidation. That's somebody that's not providing and doesn't want to be a part of the partnership. That's not intimidation.
Okay.
That's somebody just lacking the morals of providing and helping out. That's not intimidation. That's judgment of who you chose. Like, this is the person that has nothing to do with intimidation and this and that. That's the character of who you're with. Like, if you're the kind of man that doesn't want to put in the basket or put into the account of what we're building, that's who you are as a person. That doesn't mean you're intimidated. That just means you lack character or lack what I want out of my man. And that goes also that also goes back to
it's at the station.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Sorry, this guy is just trying to tell me about this.
Okay. But that also goes back to who you choose for yourself. You got to be careful of who you choose and pay attention to the small things and pay attention to how people behave. What's their support system like? What's their parents like? What's this like? And we have to take accountability at some point. And sometimes men and women like, damn, this is the motherfucker I chose. The dude who don't want to put $5 into the pot. You know what I mean? Or did I create this? Did I create him behaving this way? It's not intimidation. Did I allow this person to become this?
Well, and see, Rios, the reason why I keep saying intimidated is because it's like in the beginning of our relationship, he did make more than I did, because there was a time when I did stay home. There was a time when I did try to be the stay-at-home mom. And the way my personality was set up, I didn't like it. I felt like I wasn't contributing to anything. And I also felt like it's not for me. And I don't look down upon anybody that is a stay-at-home parent, but I just know it's not for me. So the reason why I keep saying intimidated is because I feel like at a certain point in your relationship, you have to be able to have talks with your partner and be vulnerable with them. And you're right, I can agree with you. Intimidation probably isn't the right word, but it just feels like for some reason he was threatened by just a little bit of success that I have. And again, I'm not the type of person that's going to flaunt it. I'm not the type of person that's throwing it in your face. I just want you to be equally happy for me. I want you to be equally happy for us, because again, if I succeed, we all succeed. If you succeed, we're all succeeding as a family. So you're right. I agree with you. Maybe intimidation isn't the right word, but I feel like, even the last date I went on, I was talking to the guy. We met at Starbucks, and, he was asking me certain things, and I don't disclose, right after I have kids and everything else, because I don't know you like that. I'm trying to get to know you. So it's not a secret, but it's just not something I disclose first. But, he was asking me like, what have you accomplished in life? What have you done? And I told him, I was a CNA, and I went to medical assisting. Then I tried to do the nursing, but it just wasn't for me. So I feel like once he heard all that, then I told him that I've been at the post office for so many years, and I've been here and I've been there in the post office, doing higher up stuff. Then I went back to just carrying mail. He kind of you could see the expression on his face kind of change, because I'm not calling him a loser, and I'm not saying that I'm a busting or anything like that, because I don't look down upon nobody, okay, especially where I come from. But it didn't seem like that I just feel like he was telling me that he's just been going from job to job. Like, he used to work at an auto parts store, and then he worked at what's it called, Advanced Autos, and then he worked at this pool, the emissions place, whatever it's called. And I don't think that's a lower level job. I think people have to do what works for them. I learned a long time ago, you have to find a job that works for you, because not every job is for you. And it just seems like he didn't really have goals in life. He wasn't really, and I asked him, I said, so is that just, your end all be all? Do you have, because again, it doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter, how young or old you are. you can go and do anything you want. You can go back to school. You could start your own business. You could do a lot of things. You know what I mean? And it just seemed like he didn't have any drive. He didn't have any hustle. And he just wanted to stay at the admissions place just because they didn't drug test and he could smoke weed. So I just was like, I don't think, you know, me and you would make a good match or a good pair, or, you know. So I don't know. Again, this is just my opinion. This is just my experience and things that I've seen and gone through. But I don't think anybody that wants to stay at a job, whether you're a male or a female, just because they don't drug test and you can smoke weed, like, there's plenty of other higher paying jobs is my point. Like, just don't get just, because again, he was telling me they don't have like a 401k, they don't have a retirement plan. So that's kind of, you know, when I ask certain things, I just listen to people and I see how they respond, because that's going to tell me a lot about who you are and how you think about things. And I agree with Tafashe. This dating game is definitely not for the weak.
No, it's not. But listen, but like, even just listening to like how you're talking about this, it's not for the weak of also the person who's dating you. You know what I mean? Or who's being with you. Because like, we have such in-depth thoughts about everything. You know what I mean? That it's like, it's so much that goes into a relationship. Look at all the things that you just like, said or talked about, and then said this, and he worked here, and then he did this, but then he didn't do this. It's like so much that you have to do to appease somebody. And it's like, it is rough, like not just for you, but for the other person as well. Because if I'm happy doing this, if I'm happy at this job and it provides me comfort because I like to be able to do this outside of work, that's what I want in life. This is what I am expecting. But because I don't want what you want and you want me to be this, it's, you just have to go, like, the bottom line is you have to go into things finding somebody who is equally yoked or like-minded and wants to be how you want them to be, is what I'm seeing. You know what I mean? Like, because if they want to be who they want to be, that doesn't align with what you want, and that's not ever going to work, because you're not giving the room for that person to be who they are. If we don't have the same desires or the same wants in life, then it's not going to work. So I get it. You demand what you want in your relationship, and you say this is what it is, but you need to make sure that that's what it is before you like move forward or go further in a relationship. That's it. But shout out to you, Breeze. I appreciate you. It's all love all the time. Blessings to you and your family. God is good all the time. Have a good one.
Bye.
Uh-oh. My bad. So that's one thing. That was a long conversation. Like, shit, like, damn. And it's so funny, like, seeing like the comments, like the different positions of people that are having opinions or thoughts about the matter. Like, oh, she likes this, or he was this, or he was that. It's so many opinions in life right now. So many outlooks on what something is or what it can be. Oh, well, it's just this. It's just that. And it could be jokes or people playing or whatever, just being engaging. But it's sad to me. You know what I mean? Like, it's sad to me how far off we are from meeting in the middle. How far off we are from meeting in the middle and saying like, okay, this is the relationship I want. And sometimes we take steps further in a relationship than we are actually in the relationship. Like, I'm having a baby or this with you or moving in with you, and I don't even like you or know you as a person. So it's already too late. Once I find out what I don't like about you, it's already too late. So now what do we do? And that goes on both parties, men and women. And it's a trip right now, man. Like, I'm just like, damn, who's willing to build? Who's willing to sacrifice? Who's willing to struggle with each other? Who's willing to be the other person's partner and the other person's party? Like, we're going to build this together. Gotta struggle. The struggle is what makes the relationship stronger. And it's a lot. Damn. Shit. Oh, man. Love yourself enough to get your stuff together. But you may think your stuff is together. And then your person is like, nah, your stuff's not together because this is what I want out of you. Like, I brought to the table what I am. And this is what you're going to get. Other than that, make a better decision or move on to the next, because I brought to the table what I am, and either take it or leave it. Stop taking it if you don't want it. Leave that shit if you don't want it. And that's on everybody. Make that decision before the struggle. Like, is this somebody that I want to, like, when you dating somebody and you go on to that next level or the next step with somebody, look at them and say, is this somebody I want to struggle with? Because there's going to be struggle. There's going to be times where shit ain't good. Be like, okay, this person right here that I'm choosing, do I want to go through the hardest time of my life with this person? Or are they capable of being that person for me? Make those decisions early. Like, yeah, nah. Then move on. Move on. Am I ready to go through the apocalypse with this person and share our last food together? Is this somebody I want to share my last bite of food with as the world is ending? No. You don't even want to share a burger with them right now. So why are you with them? So when something comes up, when some difficulty or struggle comes up, you're like, damn, this ain't the person I want. You should have asked yourself that a long time ago. Because it's not just going to be good. You're not going to agree about everything. You're going to have disagreements. You're going to have shit that you like, oh man, no, I ain't getting with that. I can't do that. But are you willing to do that with that person? No, move on. That's it. Easy as that. Easy as pie. Sound easy, huh? It ain't that easy. Capitalism cooked us, man. And capitalism cooked us. If you as a man were everything that you had based and all your strength was based off of ownership and having more than the other person. If that's all you brought, yeah, we were cooked before capitalism because you didn't build a strength anywhere else besides having power over somebody. I make more money than her. I provide. So that's what she needs. I don't want to be with somebody that thinks that they're with me just because I could provide a better life for them. Like, oh, you settling for less because you know that, like, if you get with me, I got money and you don't have to worry about food or provisions. So you with me strictly because I provide. I don't want that. Damn, so I was just really the first suitor. I was just really the first one that came along. Now, if you want that, it's all good because that means that you really ain't want somebody that's into you. You want somebody that's just ready to submit and just let you do what you want to do. I provide, I protect. That's enough for you. That should be enough. Shut up and go do what I tell you to do. But where's your communication skills? What else did you work on? If that's what you like, if that's what you want, if you don't really mind somebody not actually knowing who you are and liking who you are, they just like that you could provide. That's what all these rich cats do. Trial by fire. Struggle is purification. Man, that's a real spit right there. That's real. Shit ain't easy. That's for sure. And we could tell that from just the conversations that somebody just talking about, like how relationships are. You competing with dating apps. You competing with models. You competing with Colombia. You competing with Dominican Republic. You ain't even got to have bread no more. Like really, like women, you competing with the whole world now. Back in the day, you used to only compete with your city. You used to compete with the girls in your high school. You used to compete with the girls in your city, in your surrounding area. Now you're competing with Colombia. You're competing with the Dominican Republic. You competing with OnlyFans. You competing with the Corn Hub. You competing with all that stuff. It's a lot out there. It's a false sense of reality for a lot of these brothers. It's a lot. Might want to be happy with what you got because according to the competition, you may not even be up to par. He might be settling like, shit, I could be over here. Like, now a dude could just throw a rock and be somewhere he need to be to get that off. A lot of motivation for men was sex drive. Now they can just go click a button. Just go to the next town. Buy an expensive car. Look the part. You're competing with a lot of low-level creatures out here. A lot of low-level, low energy, low morals, low character. It ain't just that the men are hard to find. It's who you competing with. It's the same for the men. You're competing with the Drakes out there, the Drake lovers that have no... My bad. You're dealing with the people the men that's out there willing to be chumps. It's the Drakes out there that's willing to be chumps. Like, hey, man, whatever it takes to get her, I win. It's the competition. We have competition out there. Who you competing with? You competing with some low-level energies out there. Women, you competing. It's a big competition for women. And time ain't on your side. Men are competing, thinking that, oh, I got something quick to say or this to say and this and that. And women looking at you like, not a chance in hell. Not a chance in hell. It's a cold world out there, man. It's a cold world out there. Find you somebody. Find you somebody of value. Find you somebody that's worth it, man. Oh, shoot. I ain't been looking at my phone. I got it on mute. Find you your person that you're willing to do that with and that you're not willing to sacrifice and jeopardize shit for. You competing with simps. Dogface, $30 to get you what you want. Yeah, it will. But that ain't all you getting with it. They come with more. And then, like the brothers that's willing to do that, that's willing to spend that 30 to do whatever, like making it accessible and easy to access, what value do they have? Like, damn, you don't even value yourself. That you'll lay down with somebody that's willing to just throw it away for $30. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. It's just the $30 got it. So the $30 got it the day before, the day after, the day before, the day before. Men are willing to do some dirty stuff. Find you somebody that's willing to wait and chill because they're not trying to be a part of the game of that wheelhouse and what's in and out of that situation. Because it is. He's not lying. $30 will get you what you want. But not knowing, the man not knowing, or the man not even recognizing that everybody got 3.5. Whoever has that 3.5 is going to get that. I don't like being amongst the regular. Like, shit, all I got to have is this. So that means that this dude, I was just the right time. Oh, I'm just benefiting off of just the placement, just the right time. I just benefited. I don't want that shit. I don't want it to not feel like an accomplishment. I don't want it to feel like it's not something that I earned. Ever. I don't ever want it to seem like when I do get there, I don't want it to seem like, oh, I just was in the right place, right time, or, just provided this. I want it to seem like, I wanted to know, like, okay, I put the effort in and I came and I got what I did. I did the right thing, and not everybody can do that. Somebody out there doing it selling for 30. Somebody out there got it. Shit, they out there. I'm telling you, it's a lot of thirst level out there, man. It's a lot of hunger out there. And it make the world go round. Be careful. Oh, you know what? Let's get to this real quick. What do y'all think about this? What do y'all think about this situation with Snoop? I don't know if you guys seen it or heard about it, but it brings up a good point of an old, like he's just a grandfather, he's an old man, you know what I mean? Let me see. This is echoing like a mug. Thank you. Yeah, this is still echoing. Hold on. Hello. Well, it's just echoing on mine. Whatever. This is Snoop. His thoughts. He took his grandkid to the movies to see Buzz Lightyear, and he said that something happened in the movie that made him uncomfortable. Is he wrong for his position? I know what I think about it, but I want to hear what you guys got to say. Oh, y'all can't hear? Hold on. Dang.
They just said she had a baby. They both women's. How did she have a baby? Movie ain't over with.
Let me see if it works now.
So it's like, it fucked me. I'm scared to go to the movies now. Like, y'all throwing me in the middle of shit that I don't have an answer for.
What'd you tell him?
Watch the movie. Eat the popcorn.
You said, we don't know. We don't know.
It threw me for a loop. I'm like, what part of the movie was this? These are kids that we have to show that at this age. Like,
that part.
they're going to ask questions.
Yeah.
They are going to ask. I took my grandson to see, what was the movie with her?
In case y'all didn't hear, hopefully y'all can hear it now.
The Lightyear. I think it's called Lightyear.
With Kiki Palmer's in that movie.
Okay.
She plays like the daughter. So we watching it, and the lady, which is Kiki's mama, they move on into the space years. They move down the line. They're like, man, she had a baby with a woman. Well, my grandson in the middle of the movie like, Papa Snoop, how she have a baby with a woman? She a woman. Oh, shit. I didn't come in for this shit. I just came to watch the goddamn movie. Hey, man, watch the movie. They just said she had a baby. They both women's. How did she have a baby? Movie ain't over with. So it's like, it fucked me. I'm scared to go to the movies now. Like, y'all throwing me in the middle of shit that I don't have an answer for.
What'd you tell him?
Watch the movie. Eat the popcorn.
You said, we don't know. We don't know.
It threw me for a loop. I'm like, what part of the movie was this? These are kids that we have to show that at this age. Like,
that part.
They're going to ask questions.
Yeah.
They are going to ask. I took my.
So, I don't really have a problem with what he said, because really what that reminds me of, it reminds me of like my aunts, my uncles, the older generation that is not ready for a lot of the shit that's going on in the world that they grew up in. The world that they grew up in is not the world today. And then him just saying, damn, I just want to take my kids to the movie, my grandkids to the movie. I didn't want to have a life conversation about what's possible, what's not possible. And then I don't know if what I'm saying, it goes against what they parents is telling them. Like, I don't want to give across information and get my kid confused or my grandkid confused. I'm just going to say, hey, just watch the movie, man. I don't know what's going on. It's just a cartoon. Get your popcorn. The movie ain't over. What's wrong with not wanting to talk to a child about something that's so mature at a young age? He just said that, like, it wasn't age appropriate. I don't want to be talking about kissing and that kind of stuff to my grandkid at that age. I don't think that's anything wrong with that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with taking a position as a grandfather. Like, this ain't my place to talk about that with my grandkid. And I'm not ready for that shit during the movie. I wasn't expecting that shit during the movie. I wasn't expecting to have to talk about some shit like that when I'm just taking my kid to a kid's movie. Just taking my kid to a kid's movie. I don't want to have this conversation. I'm not ready for it. And they not ready for it. I don't feel like this kid is ready to hear what is being talked about. I don't want to talk about sex at all anyway. I don't want to have to talk about sex with my grandkid. I came to just laugh and have a good time. I didn't try to get on no life shit with my grandkid at the movies, watching Buzz Lightyear. That's all I got from that. I didn't hear him say shame or downplay it and say that's nasty or this and that. He just said, hey, I wasn't ready for that conversation. The shit caught me off guard because we was in the kids movie. And I think sometimes like that organization or those people or the people that believe what they are and putting that in movies thinks that everybody is ready for that because you think you've normalized this in your life. It's not normalized in a lot of people's life. This is not a lot of people's reality. Yeah, you guys may be like that. Y'all may be a percentage of people out there that believe that, but in my household, we're not talking about that shit this early. So maybe I should just stop going to the movies because that'll probably be the reply. Well, you shouldn't be going to the movies then. Well, damn. Now I'm just not even, so what about my opinion? What about my thoughts? So am I not valued because I feel a certain way? I have an opinion. I have a thought. What about that? Does that not matter to y'all? I don't think I don't think we should be putting grandparents or people that grew up the way they grew up that may not be as well adapted as other people are in what's going on to have to answer those questions. He's just saying, I wasn't ready for that question. I was not trying to answer that question and talk about that with my grandkid when I'm just trying to have a good time with them. At what age does it, because we didn't even talk about in sex ed, we didn't even have sex ed till like 6th or 7th grade when I was a kid. It was like 6th or 7th grade when we started talking about condoms and all that stuff, and they separate the boys and the girls in the sex ed class. I'm not saying what it should be or how it should be, but I think there should be a certain age gap or age that we talk about these things. Like the discretion should be used because certain families ain't talking about that. Snoop ain't wrong. Diddy 101. It's just good old Snoop, Uncle Snoop. Just saying like it is. Like, that's not what I prepared for. That's not what I was thinking about. Yeah, me too. I'm outdoor girl. My truck. Okay, Ivani talk about she just be outside. Well, if they mad about what Snoop is saying, what do you think the kids that are being forcibly taught about this are saying? I'm pretty sure there's some kids that don't agree with a lot of stuff too. I'm pretty sure there's kids out there that are like, I don't want that. Like, who chose for this to be the curriculum? But that's why it's fights back and forth. It's like divisive. Like they're either on one side or you're on the other side. Do you feel like this is cool? No, well, it doesn't matter. We feel this way. But you had teachers teaching kids that like they felt bigger than the program. There's teachers out there that felt bigger than the program that were so emboldened in their thought process, in their perspective, that they were like teaching kids pronouns and this is how I feel about this, and I'm not a man or a girl. Ma'am or sir, these kids are in the 4th grade. These kids are in the 3rd grade. What are you talking about? Just say, I'm Sarah. How about that? Just give them your first name. This ain't your time to express yourself and to teach the world a lesson through your class. John, just say your first name, dude. This is not the platform or the pedestal for you to take it upon yourself to teach these kids about, yeah, I don't exist. I'm actually in thin air. I choose to be oxygen. What? What? Like, come on. Man, you're talking to a second grade class about what you identify as in the world. They not work. If you don't teach them math and English, one plus one, two plus two. They'll be ready for that in sixth grade, maybe. It's just age appropriate stuff. Age appropriate. I'm not saying you're not allowed to feel the way you feel, but I'm just saying have some thought process of who you're talking to, what the audience is. You're talking to a kid that will identify as a Cinderella or fairy godmother if you let her. I can be a fairy godmother? Yeah, show up. You want to be? They will identify as a dinosaur. Young boys in second grade, if you let them think they're a T-Rex, they'll be a T-Rex. But you don't have no common sense when it comes to that kind of stuff. But you have all the sense about equality and what we deserve and what we want in life. But when it comes to that, you don't have any common sense. That's weird. Have common sense about everything besides when it comes to what we're teaching our kids and what they're ready to learn, without confusing them and giving them more than what they need to know at that moment. They need to be focused on being good people. The golden rule: treat people the right way. Go out here, don't be a bully. Those are just the basics of what they need to know and what they need to learn at this point. In my humble opinion, I don't know shit. But we're in a place in society, you're on this side of the fence, you're on this side of the fence. No, this is how 1% feels, so everybody needs to feel this way. Adjust to this, adjust to me. Judging people, having an opinion is not a bad thing. To have an opinion, to have a thought, to have a perspective is not a bad thing. Now, speaking hate, speaking death, yeah, that's a bad thing. But I'm allowed to have an opinion. You're allowed to have your opinion. You're telling your opinion to these people. Why can't I? If I don't share the same thought as you, that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. If you're putting your kids in a situation, you better be going into it with your eyes wide open and having a standard and a boundary for your children. It's a must. It's a must. If you don't advocate for your child, nobody is. You have to be the biggest advocate for your child. And in these arenas, they let it fly right now. I'm not against anybody being who they are. Be who you are. That's your prerogative. But stop imposing your will on this person or that person. Like, they may not understand it. They may not even get it. Maybe against their religion. Who knows? But I don't value your opinion over their opinion. I don't value what you think over what this person thinks. I value everybody's thought process. What they think, what you think, we all should come to a common ground. Like, hey, we don't talk about this at this time. Like, but there's people that are so sensitive and they're so used to how the society is operating that you can say something that disagrees and they feel like you're attacking them. Attacking? What? Really? More power to you. More power to them. But there's certain things that I feel should not be talked about. Like, are you okay with them talking about sex in the first grade class? Like, hey, this is how sex works. Like, goddamn, wait, hold on. I ain't even taught them that shit yet. Hold on. Wait. hold on, please. Wait. I didn't tell them about this yet. Like, damn, give me the opportunity to teach my kids this. Yeah, y'all jumped the gun. When will you? Oh, you don't care? Can they talk to them when they're in kindercare? Can they talk to them about that when they're in kindergarten? You better have some discernment. You better have some boundaries and standards for what you want your kids to learn. Talking about judging. Man, oh man. Be cool. It's all love, man. I'm not mad. I ain't mad at you. Dog faces. But shout out to everybody, man. This has been Coffee with Rios, the AM Wake Up Show. We went over a few things. We're not going to talk about the Raiders getting Kenny Pickett because I don't give a damn about Kenny Pickett going to the Raiders. This opens up the quarterback room for the Cleveland Browns. Kenny Pickett with the Raiders. Oh, man. Nick Bass. Excuse me, Miss Reynolds. Yo, such and such is hanging out on the desk. Wait, hold on. Come on, man. Let's go. Easy money. Your kid don't know who Speed and Kai is. What does that have to do with anything? If they know of them, or do they like watch them? Do they know of them? The most like famous streamers in the world? The two most famous streamers in the world, do they know the most famous people in the world? Is what you're asking me. Some of the most famous people in the world, in America. Do they know them? Do my kids know LeBron? Do my kids know Trump? They know who people are. Do they know who Neon or whatever, like Sneeko and all those other? No, but they know who the people that are the most famous. I'm sure. They don't watch them. My kids don't even have Twitch or Kick or none of that. My son, Xander watches Formula One. He watches racing. Basketball moves. Motorcycles. How to drive this and that. Like, they're not like that shit. To my kids, I don't know. I don't think it's entertaining to them, I don't think. They don't watch streamers. They don't watch that shit. Like, that's not entertaining to them. They have a real life where they have a bunch of shit going on in their real life. Xander got cars, motorcycles, got this, basketball, football. Zay got soccer, this, going on, boom, cooking, lemonade stand. They don't have time to like really watch a streamer. Like, I make sure our kids are busy with stuff to do in real life. Do they know who they are? More than likely. Do they watch them? No. That's it. They're not in their room watching, what do you say? Kai Cenat or Speed. Xander is looking up who's got the best crossover in the NBA. who is the most, who has the best handles in fourth grade. That's what he's competing with. Like, nah, man. Real life stuff. I'm talking, you didn't ask about the kids at their school. You asked about, you said my kids. They may know them, but they don't watch them. What kind of car? Xander got a crazy cart. It's this thing where you could drift. It's an electric car where you drift it. Let me see if I can find that. He got a crazy cart. He got a motorcycle, a gas motorcycle. Xander got all kinds of shit, man. That little boy. It's like a go-kart, but it's a drifting thing. You pull the handle up and it drifts, and you can like drift around shit. Hey, man, real shit. Like, you just gotta have your kids involved in shit and just keep them busy. But that demands more of you also. Like, you gotta stay busy. When you take stuff away, You say, no, you can't be on the iPad. You can't be on the computer. You can't be on YouTube. That means as a parent, you got to step up and keep them busy and have something for them to do when you take those things away. Because guess the first thing they do is going to be like, I'm bored. Make sure they got something to do and make sure you're involved and active with them so they're not bored. You got a Honda Civic. Let me show you this crazy cart thing, man. I think I have some videos. I don't know how to show them. There it is. Xander got this. And he bought this shit with his own money.
The meat, around the meat. Around the meat, around the meat. Is it blinking at you? Watch out.
This is what he got.
Oh, squirrel!
That's actually pretty tight.
My God!
That's a crazy cart. Let me see.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Chairman of Art here, and this is the all-new Crazy Cart from Razor.
It's actually really tight. He has a blast on that thing. Like, he's always on that. Yeah, man. So that's that. That's what I'll just show y'all that real quick. He got a little crazy cart. That's what he be doing. That's how he spend his time. But shout out to all y'all, man. Shout out to Ghetto Cafe. Shout out to us, man. We up in here. Just did another morning show, the AM Wake Up Show at Rios, the #1 morning show in the whole wide world, Craig. Appreciate y'all all the time. Y'all keep being out there doing great things, man. Go out there, be a blessing for somebody else. We over here just talking about things that we talking about. It's all love all the time. Blessings to everybody. No judgment. No ill will towards anybody. Just some discernment. Pay attention, man. Keep your eyes open. Advocate for your children. Be a stand-up person in your kid's life. Go out there, be great. Another great day to have another great day. I appreciate y'all. Nah, I ain't been on it. I think I don't know. I'm too heavy for it. I don't want to break it or mess it up. So I ain't jumped on it on this crazy cart. But shout out to you guys, man. Ghetto Cafe. Go out there, be great, be amazing. Continue to do the things that you're doing. Be a positive person, productively positive, purposely positive. It's all love all the time, man. We out of here. Go be great. This was prison. Shout out to Snoop, man. Standing on business. Shout out to Snoop, man. This is the AM Wake Up Show, Coffee with Rios, the #1 morning show in the whole wide world, Craig. Thank you for spending time with me this morning. I appreciate y'all. The Ghetto Cafe, coolest, coldest, chillest chat in the whole wide world, Craig. Go be great. Go be a blessing for somebody else out there. Boom.
Ghetto cafe in the building, steam rising from the stove. We switching lanes, they don't want it, they just pose for the smoke. If it's about that coffee, we got the roast and the toast. Shots fired from the French press, let it drip slow and boast. Mornings on the west, sun low, but the grind stay woke. Ghetto cafe, steam in the breeze. Cruising through dreams with a mug and some peace. No drama, just cream, we deliver with ease. On the coast where the light never leaves. Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow. Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow. No drama, just cream, we deliver with ease. On the coast where the light never leaves. Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow. Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow. Coffee with Rios, pour it up slow. Steam in the city while the sun lay low. Coffee with Rios, starting the show. Sip real smooth, let the wisdom flow.